Good evening, and welcome along to episode 4 of the Sopherone Saga, Terrible Trouble in Templetown. First off, we have one big announcement. Mag of Holding is back, this time with Breath of the Feywild. This 100-plus page book will feature adventures such as The Witch in the Willows, where you try to free a fey domain from the icy clutches of winter, or Dancing Star, featuring a dancing leprechaun. But why was he cursed to dance? One way to find out. On top of that, we feature a new bard subclass, the College of Two Courts, themed around sealy and unsealy courts of the Feywild, as well as a pair of twin halfling NPCs based off this new subclass. We also have a menagerie of mystical creatures in this month's issue that we like to call Fey Familiars. These low CR creatures can be used as familiars, or make a fearsome pack to chase down a low-level party, but be warned, they may just be too cute to kill. Never. Finally, to put the cherry on top, we have an article giving you a walk through the literary inspirations of the world of the fairies, from the King of Elfland to Stardust and everything in between. So dare you enter the whimsical wilds that are the Fae. That's it for our announcements. I'd like to thank Kate from It's a Map, without whom we would have no awesome and detailed battle maps upon which to inflict mortal wounds on our unfortunate heroes. Check her out on Twitter on @itsamap, I-or-E, and on Instagram on @itsamap. With all that taken care of, let's meet our players. First up, Fona, tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm playing Scales, who is a young dragonborn, recently retired from the farming background because his parents have decided to retire off down to the south. And Scales is a dragonborn, although he has never seen another dragonborn and isn't quite aware that he's a dragonborn. And his parents were two lovely humans, and he grew up sort of in a very human town. So yeah, someday he's going to walk into something that looks like him and be very shocked. And that's Scales.
Thank you very much. Next up, Deadpan.
I'm playing Robert. He is a human rogue who likes reading books and likes writing them, and likes drawing monsters, and generally likes monsters. And yeah, that's pretty much Robert in a nutshell.
Okay, excellent stuff. Shane, tell us about your character.
Yeah, so I'm playing Jaden, who is a bog standard human fighter who is adventuring with his trusty glaive and just, I suppose, in search of the next paycheck and tagging on for now.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. Carrick.
I'm Carrick. I play Ren, who's a human wizard who's been sort of hiding out to the east of the country, and seemingly he's moved from the west, and you can, as most players I suppose within world could tell from his difference in accent, he's a bit of an arsonist. Yeah, that's basically it. There's not much more I can say.
Okay, excellent stuff. Jonathan.
Hi everybody, I am playing Fanar, a wood elf monk that seems to know how to hurt himself the whole time, and figured out he can basically swim. Not good, but yeah, that's him.
Excellent stuff. I do believe that is everybody. Now for a quick recap of sorry, John is there. I always miss someone every session. Sorry, I'm so sorry. John, you were here, so I'm so sorry.
No problem. Hi everyone, I'm John, playing Limit, the half-orc druid. Came up from the south, met up with the party, and has somehow become the party's healer, which is quite interesting.
Okay, thank you, John. Sorry about that. Now for a quick recap. So our heroes, having arrived in Templetown, have already met some of the more interesting inhabitants. Grundle, Tooth, and Kronk, the gnome and ogre baking duo. Frida Moondrop, the ancient proprietor of the Shadow's Rest, and her barman Arthur, an old man with a past, who seems to sniff everyone he meets. Upon hearing that the son of the owner of the local meadery had gone missing, the party took it upon themselves to rescue him, and into the forest they went. They met a lone elf in the woods, Shallan, who opted to help them to find the child, but also seemed to be on some sort of scouting mission for the elves in the west. Battling a horde of giant boar and some very unlucky dice rolls, our heroes finally found the child, hiding in a small cave from a manticore, no less, which was intent on extracting it so as to make it its next meal. After a tense battle with some clever use of spells, the party managed to slay the foul beast and rescue the child. Unfortunately, the child's attitude made several of them wish they had left it for dead, especially Shallan, the elf they met previously, who promptly rendered the child unconscious with a single blow. After some choice words with the child's father regarding his parenting decisions, the gang pressed him for a payment that he hadn't offered and decided to get as much rest in as possible before nightfall, where they've decided to stake out the house of one of the school children, who they've learned believes it is being visited by an entity called the Carved Witch. Very important word there, believes. Let's join our heroes now, taking their ease in the Shadow's Rest. The floor is yours.
It was fun, I think.
How's your drawing coming of the manticore?
Oh, it's finished. I finished it
It's finished
while we were fighting the manticore.
Forget how quickly you draw.
It's an interesting priority.
Here
In
it
the
is
middle
if
of a
you want
fight.
if you want to see it.
Arthur Chislerworth walks up to Robert Seth Cooper and he goes, "What did it smell like?"
Leathery and kind of stinky,
Nah.
kind of bloody. Kind of a lot of very, very. If I had to choose one word out of all of them, I would say like iron.
Yeah, you're still talking and he's behind the bar.
That might have been the iron dust I used on the mud to shrink him.
No, actually, manticores are interesting creatures. They partake in eating iron.
That sounds
Actually.
bad for your teeth.
That's how they grow. They have to consume a certain amount of iron to grow their quills.
That would explain why they attack adventurers, eat their armor and shit. I have heard
Exactly.
rumors that they do that. Yeah.
Nice.
Gales, after kind of wandering aimlessly a bit around the room, has kind of gone over by the fire, and he's, I suppose, as close as Scales can get to brooding at the fire, just pondering things.
Okay. It's at that
okay?
point. Oh, sorry, go on ahead.
No, I'm just wondering if he's okay, but
No, go ahead.
Scales is okay. Scales okay. I'm too nervous to ask, so
Yeah.
probably won't do that.
Is anyone anywhere close to me from our group?
Jaden is.
Yeah, well, I'd sat down into the, I suppose, the set of sofas.
I think
Yeah,
after a moment of looking around, he's going to move a little bit closer to Jaden, and he's going to be like, during the when we were fighting the Manticore,
Mm-hmm.
did you hear any weird like whispers and stuff?
I didn't. There's something that's.
It was probably just the wind or the manticore's feathers or I.
Well, what did you think you heard? What did you think you heard?
It didn't make a lot of sense. It just sounded like lots of people whispering, but yeah. Look, it was probably just heat of the moment. I probably just imagined it. Probably fine.
Possibly. I mean, it didn't seem like it was incredibly crowded out there. So maybe not.
Nah.
Maybe the others did, but no, I didn't.
And he throws a look over towards where the rest are milling around, and then he just kind of shakes his head, and you can see his face resolving into it's just I just imagined it. It's fine.
This time.
Yeah, Fenar is just like quiet, doesn't say a word or anything. He just disappeared to his room. He just like doesn't say anything. He just go.
Okay, so Fenara, you walk up to your room. Where are we? We're up there. We're token up there, if you like. As you sit down, presumably you're going to go into your trance.
I'm going to go through.
Yeah, there's a sense of unease as you remember exactly what occurred the last time you went into your trance. The walls seem closer. The roof seems a little bit lower. But nonetheless, you're trained. You've a lot of self-discipline. You know what you're doing. And you eventually enter your trance. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, you just want to go to trance because he's still trying to get his head around why that he see that vision or dream while he was trans in the first time. So he still like want to get there again. He's trying to.
Oh, he's trying to get there himself willingly.
Because he needs answers.
Interesting. Okay. Why don't you just roll me a standard wisdom check?
Wisdom check.
Just roll your wisdom and add your plus whatever your modifier is.
Okay.
I have to say I did not expect this, and this is out of the blue.
So, okay. Sorry. Plus. Okay. That is 10.
8 plus 2 is 10. Quick maths. Okay, so you settle down into your. Are you on the floor or the bed?
No, on the floor.
On the floor. Okay, so you settle down where you are. Cross your legs and begin your rhythmic breathing, and you begin to shut off the world. Your trance sort of begins with you trying to sense everything at the furthest reaches of your perception. So you pick up carts moving outside the inn and a very, very faint, which is obviously Kronk walking around the bakery and whatnot. And then the way the exercise works is you remove that, and then you remove the next nearest thing and the next nearest thing until you've blocked out everything from the outside, and you can just focus on yourself. And then you turn that resolve inwards, and as you do so, you feel a faint connection or a faint calling from something, a familiar voice. You hear kind of echoes. Begun. It has begun. Begun. And you reach towards that, and you direct your consciousness towards it, but it's too elusive this time. And no, you don't feel like you can go back to where that place was this time.
He's just gonna still do the trance full.
Okay. Cool. So you enter your trance. Cool. So you guys, is there anything you want to do? Obviously, you guys are going to try. Anyone that wants to take your short rest, roll your hit dice now. You will get your hour. I think you have about 3 or 4 hours. That is what we said the last session. So feel free to take your short rest and do whatever you do on your character sheet. In that time, Freedom Moondrop is going to make her way over. Scram is not there. Sorry, Scram isn't there. Freedom Moondrop makes her way over to Scales and she goes, "Hello, Terry. You all right? Would you like some stew?"
Oh yes, please. I'd love some stew.
Yeah,
what kind of stew?
We've got rabbit and vegetable.
Oh, rabbit or vegetable?
Rabbit and vegetable. No,
rabbit
sorry, rabbit and vegetable.
Oh well, yes, that'll be good. Then I don't have to choose.
No. I'll give you an extra helping. You look a bit down, dearie.
Oh, it was a bit weird, but we had to fight this. It was a manticore, apparently.
I've heard of them. Horrid creatures.
It was very exciting, though. It was just like something in a book.
Did you win?
We did win. We saved that little boy, but he wasn't a very nice little boy, in fairness.
Oh, is that Bren? Is that Bren, the son of the Meadery?
The guy with the mead, yeah.
Oh, he's not.
But he wasn't nice.
He's not a nice lad. He's a terror of this town. Runs around, says he's going to be mayor one day. Oh, bloody hope not. I'm not going to vote for him.
Well, do you like your mayor that you have at the moment? Is he a good guy?
He's not a bad sort. He come up from Sopherone, he's one of them. Obviously did something wrong, so they stationed him all the way out here. But he's all right. Keeps himself to himself. Walks around, does a parade every month with the guards. Doesn't pay for any new uniforms or anything like that. So the guards are going around in threadbare for their uniforms and stuff, that doesn't make them. They still look very proud. You
I
know.
wonder is he still doing things wrong though? I don't know. Maybe
What
he
do you
is.
mean?
Maybe he's not. Oh, just someone said he was a robber. Maybe he was a grave robber. No, not a. Was it a grave thing? Oh, I don't know. I probably got mixed up. But the kid wasn't nice.
She looks visibly disturbed in this revelation. She goes, I'll go and get you stew, dearie.
Yes, please.
She walks off to get your stew. And you see, well, if you look over, you can see she's actually in deep conversation with Arthur Chilsworth at the moment. Anything else anyone would like to do before we move things on?
Ren's gonna like walk up to the window here, and can he see the person that's outside there?
That's Shalon. I just literally kind of moved there because she's gone.
Yeah, no,
that's Michaela's character.
Yeah. I was like, why is there someone standing outside the window?
Do you know what? I will delete her from this map, but we're not deleting you, Michaela. We deleted your token from this map.
I just want to sit down across from Jaden.
Yep.
And I'll be like, you're pretty handy with that polar.
Yeah.
Did you serve any time in the military?
No. No, this was just bits I picked up along the way. Had a good, I suppose, teacher for a bit, but you kind of wander around. You need to know how to defend yourself.
Of course. So your training's a bit more informal.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the subject of having to take care of yourself. I was wondering if maybe at some point you could actually show me a couple of tricks, because I might have been in the military, but I didn't really see much combat. It's more, my job was more to avoid it than to partake.
I suppose if we're pushing on and we have the time, absolutely. I think now is the time for recovery, right this second. But
you don't
see any harm in that.
You don't seem that winded. You seem like you'll fight 2 more men, of course.
I wouldn't say that, and I was just able to do my part. No one person could, I think, take down something like that by itself. I think we worked well enough as a team, used the gifts we had, but it could have gone very, very differently very quickly.
It's a nice group we have here.
It's interesting.
Might be a bit ragtag, but they have their talents.
Certainly, worth watching, I'd say.
Like, I noticed, speaking of watching, I noticed Ren has been watching you a bit. Like, did you do something bad to him?
Done nothing to him.
Let's see.
I think it's probably just the he seems like a drifter as well, and I suppose I certainly have come across people in the past that have not been forthright, and possibly he's coming from the same experience. So I think it's probably just no more than 2 people.
Healthy amount of suspicion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's any more than that.
I see. Okay. Cool. I look forward to that training.
Absolutely.
I'm going to start writing down in my book.
Okay.
Not the book that I draw in. It was a different book.
Understood. Anything anyone else would like to do? Frida Moondrop arrives over here with some stew, and it just keeps it maybe a slight distance from Scales, and goes, "Hello, dear. I've got your stew. I've placed it on the table there. Feel free to pick whatever one you want, and I hope you enjoy. I've got some loaves of bread there, and they're there for you, and some water."
Okay.
Scale seems to be advancing on her.
Thank you.
She's walking back with her hands held high.
By the time he finally gets to say thank you, he kind of just nods happily and then turns back and goes back to eat some stew at the table.
She wanders off then. If anyone else asked for stew, then she would have delivered it to the table as well.
Yes,
it's included with the price of the meals. Sorry, Libud.
No problem. So would probably just have been sitting the whole time at the table, kind of contemplating, and then every now and then just glancing over at Craze to see what she's doing, kind of trying to gauge.
Currently, she's sitting on the bar, and she's very annoyingly kind of banging, like her two legs are kind of kicking against the side of the bar. You'd expect Frida Moondrop, who's standing beside her, is old, and as we all know, people as we get older, as our years fade, so do our patience. And Frida doesn't seem bothered by it whatsoever. Krez is just sitting there, bam, 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 the feet banging against the bar. And as you look closer, you do see this seems to be her favorite place. That there are two very big black marks on the side of that bar, where one's knees would go if you sat on that stool there. It's obviously a favorite position and pastime for her.
But she looks better than she looked the other day.
Yeah. But as you know, she looks better currently. But as you know, anyone's understanding of trauma goes, it that can change in an instant. Anything can sort of. Like you clearly remember seeing you triggered something, and she looked like she sort of flashed back to some sort of trauma. So currently, she seems like a happy young teenager. Well, as happy as teenagers can be.
Oh, that's good.
That's what I'd like to do.
Ren's just been like wandering around the bar the whole time, like studying his spellbook.
Okay.
Yeah,
no worries.
He's been doing nothing else.
As you do that, Arthur Chiselworth approaches you.
Oh no.
Hello, wizard.
Hello, Arthur.
What you got there?
That's my spellbook.
Elves, eh? What spells can you cast? Can you cast a wish for me?
No, that's beyond my capabilities at the moment. It's a big one. Wouldn't even know how to go about that.
All you do is say, "I wish," and then say what you wish for, and then that's how that works, isn't it?
True, but I think there's a bit more behind it than that. The intention is there. That's probably the somatic component, and the verbal components are there. But there's definitely something else to a certain level of power needed. The best I can do is set things on fire at the moment. It's kind of my specialty. That and transmutation.
We had a wizard in here about a year ago. He smelled funny.
Is he the one?
No, of course not. Of course not. You think I'd be here if he was the one?
Yeah.
You lead
know. Would you?
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh,
meant to ask you about this the last time before you went out and fought that creature. But he left a scroll here.
He did he?
Yeah, he said someone to come asking for it, that they was a wizard. And Well, I know you're an arse for it, but you're a wizard, so that's half the battle, isn't it? So
Suppose it is, yeah.
I'd say
Do you know this wizard's name?
he didn't give me a name. Well, he probably did, but I've forgotten it. Is it age, isn't it? So I don't know. I'll tell you what. It's been here a year. I'll sell it to you.
How much?
How much is a wizard scroll worth?
That
He does
is
this
on
thing
the
with his hand. He does this
spell.
thing with his hand where he touches the bridge of his nose and just point, and then touches his eyes and then points his eyes directly at your eyes. He doesn't stick them. Sorry, his fingers. He doesn't stick them in your eyes, but he.
Yeah, no, he does the I'm watching you thing kind of.
Well, no, it
is
seems a little bit more arcane than that. And if you want to
Okay.
roll, insight or arcana.
I'm good at both, but I'll go
you can-
Arcana. 'cause-
Yeah, you can try and determine what it is.
Yeah, give me 1 second. My sheet's on the wrong
Yeah,
page.
no worries.
It's 21.
21. He's casting bullshit.
Uh,
So he's pretending to be sort of more
He's
knowledgeable
pretending
than it.
has
Then
the
he
scroll, or he's pretending to be.
No, he's
casting?
he's pretending that these hand movements are spells,
Okay.
which he was about to try and
Yeah.
make you think that he knew that if you were lying. So he goes, now that I've cast this spell, I'll know if you're lying.
Thank
I just
God.
said,
10 gold pieces.
50.
Don't have 50. But I offer you 10 now, and I come back when I have more.
What? And you come out and give me 40.
Yeah, I'll come back and give you 40. You have, and Ren will stick his hands out, and like it's a shake on the deal. Oh, and the 10 gold is palmed in his hand already.
Right, he goes. And a big snotty lube just appears in his hand and kind of wobbles around the palm of his hand and just grabs your hand. You feel it kind of just kind of slip between your fingers and you can see something bubble out the top, the other side. And he goes, "That's a deal." And he goes,
Grant.
"Give me 2 minutes, I'll go and get it."
No worries, Arthur.
New wanders off down his little trapdoor, and as he goes down, you can see the trapdoor, and he looks around. Last you see are like 2 eyes in his forehead. The trapdoor goes.
Ren is going to make his way over to the couch, I suppose, and just like he'll nod at Robert and Jaden before wiping his hand on the small cushion at the end, and then like flipping the cushion around and putting it down so that the sticky whatever the fuck came out of Arthur's mouth is against the backboard.
No problem.
Before returning back to where he was standing. So
Okay, cool.
still nose deep in the book.
And after sorry, let me go back to here. After about 5 minutes, Arthur you can hear tunk tunk tunk, and he comes up and he slams the thing down. And this time he seems to activate some sort of lock. And he walks out here. Sorry about that. And he goes over and he goes, "I've got it here. Do you want it?"
I do. Can I? Does he hand it to me?
Yes, he does. He hands you it's a heavy parchment scroll wrapped in a sort of tied closed with two black kind of ribbons, one on either side.
Okay.
There's no wax seal on it or anything. It's just, and it's not obviously in a scroll case. It's very dusty.
Yeah, Ren will shake it off, and then he will thank Arthur, and then obviously he's given Arthur all the money he has, and then he'll turn to him and say, "The second I have that 40 gold, it's yours."
I'll hold you
Thanks a
to
lot.
your word.
I'd expect nothing less.
As you say, thanks a lot. With the obvious intent of him of sort of encouraging him to leave, he stays.
Oh, do you want to know what it does? I assume.
Oh, I'd love to know. I've been sniffing it this last year, and I've peeked inside it, but I can't read the magic, so I don't know what it is. But
So-
I'd love to know.
In terms of like learning what a scroll does, would I have to cast Identify on that?
Nah, I'm just gonna roll an Arcana check and don't. I mean, it's
Okay.
kind of a
I could
bit of a waste
identify
of
it
time.
either. I have 10 minutes to identify it.
Can you cast second level spells?
Identify? I don't need to cast it as a spell.
No, can you cast second level spells?
I can, yes.
You can. Well, then just make a quick Arcana check, DC 10,
Okay.
and I'll tell you what spell it is.
It's 19.
Yes. As you open it up, a small piece of, it's kind of a smaller piece of parchment falls out of it and hits the floor.
Okay.
I don't know which one you're more interested in first.
I'll pick up the small piece of parchment, but then I will look at the large one
Okay,
first.
no problem. It is a spell of Melf's Acid Arrow.
Melf's Acid Arrow. Okay. And then what's on the small piece of parchment?
It says, for Thendelgast. THENDLEGHAST. As
Is that
promised,
name bring any back?
Thendelgast. No, it's not something you've. It's not something that you would have recognized, and it says, as promised, for your apprentice.
For an apprentice. Well, look, Arthur, it's a spell of Acid Arrow. It's
Acid Arrow.
Acid Arrow.
What does it do?
The name is very self-explanatory. Basically, you use.
Could you melt someone's face off with it?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's definitely will make a useful addition to my repertoire when I have time to copy it into the book. And the resources.
Well, enjoy it.
I will.
Don't forget my money.
It's yours the second I have it. And if any inside check comes to be had, Ren is being 100% serious.
Yeah, okay. Good to know.
I'll inside check that.
Go ahead.
Roll for an insight.
Give me a
While
second.
they do that, sorry,
Yeah.
Robert, just Michaela, thanks for the gifted subs.
Thank you very much,
thanks.
Michaela.
Garrick, your one as well earlier.
Yeah, no
I didn't
worries.
want to interrupt earlier.
Thanks, everyone.
Very much.
Hey, Jaden, you go. Or Shane, you go.
Should probably say.
Gifted sub. Excellent stuff. So you're inside 16. Yeah, I mean, well, Ren, you can tell him exactly how you feel about that.
Yeah, no, Ren is dead serious. He's a man of his word. When it comes to money, he's not lying. at all.
Okay.
Jaden, you would have noticed that Robert has been taking notes on this exchange between those two, just writing it down in his book.
Yeah.
So, sorry, no, you go ahead.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, that's not
So just following up on what Robert was doing. Did you take everything then?
He asked worriedly.
I write some of it down, and the rest I keep up here. I have a pretty solid memory.
But I suppose why?
I might need to reference it at a later point. Could be useful information to have.
Okay. Jane will just lean back into the sofa and just wrap his cloak a little bit tighter around him, but just like not like protective, but just like right, okay.
That's
I won't be saying anything else today.
Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, like, you mentioned you're a drifter, and Ren, you mentioned Ren is the same. But like, folks around here seem to know you. Have you passed through here before, or?
How do you mean?
Some people mentioned your name without introducing yourself to them. So.
I'm not sure. Did they?
At this point, Ren's walked over and sat down.
Or I'm sure that could just
Maybe
be
you
that
look like someone else.
They could. Well, I mean, they could have just heard that we were
So
in
you've
town. I
never-
mean, we've been making, a little bit of a scene. Shaking down brewers for money. They look around.
I wouldn't call it a shakedown. I mean, his kid gave us a lot of trouble. I feel like that was compensation, is what I put that as. It'll teach
Do
the
you think
kid a
it was
lesson.
worth it?
I will admit I do feel slightly bad about it, but I mean, at the end of the day, we fought a manticore. That was more than we'd agreed to do in the first place. I feel like some compensation was owed. We could have died.
I feel like fighting the manticore was the compensation. Or well,
I mean,
at least
for
getting
you.
the opportunity to see
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I'm lucky enough I didn't
Robert,
get it.
This guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Somebody
It
clip
wasn't
that.
my finest
I
moment.
mean, how many people can say that they've seen such a creature
You'd be surprised.
and live to tell about it?
And you have
Yes.
you took, I suppose, potentially useful components from it, haven't you?
Me?
That would be Ren,
I didn't. I have the wing.
the wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I was considering getting it turned into see what we can get it made out of. So I suppose, yeah,
Would you not have the capabilities to do that?
not myself.
No.
I know there are things the manticore wings are good for. I know there's some magical capabilities to them. I could maybe a tanner could do something with it. I just don't have the money. Well, I gave all, as you saw, I gave all my money to Arthur, the scroll. But
Yeah. What was on that?
Melf's acid arrow. Basically, I take the guts of is it a snake? I can't remember the exact component off the top of my head, but I think it's a snake. So I take the guts of a snake, stretch it out, and channel some arcana through it, and I fire an arrow of acid. It's really self-explanatory. This Melf guy, though, he's created a few
amazing.
spells. He's a big name in the wizard community, I
Is he?
suppose. Well, he has a spell named after him. That's usually a good sign.
You don't have any
Levitt pulls
after you.
out.
I mean, you could call it Ren's arson, I suppose, is what I did to the house back there a few days ago. So there's that. No, I had nothing named after me at the moment. I'm kind of new to this. I've only been doing it for a few years. I'm not.
Robert pulls out one of
Classically
the
trained.
quills from the manticore that he harvested. Could this be used as a spellcasting component, or is it more specific?
It's dark to me.
I wonder
to
what
my eyes,
magical
you can throw that.
properties various creatures have.
I
Like,
mean, I could try to identify it for you. I have a spell that can, but I don't think there's anything magic about it. It'll take me about 10 minutes.
no, I've determined its value. I don't think it's magic arcane either, but I mean, I don't think a snake's bladder or
true.
gland is magical either, but
Magic's like a science, at least arcane magic. There's a certain level of science to it that can create magical reactions when you imbue it yourself with magical properties that you can generate yourself. Casters can do this. I mean, Lamud probably uses some himself. I know some casters use a focus, which gets rid of the need for some components, but Ren will pull up a bag of it's just a bag with loads of pouches that he has at the side. This is pretty much everything I use for spellcasting in it, if you want to have a look, and he'll set it down on the table.
While Ren
I'll
was
look around
describing
in
that,
there.
Scales had kind of
Search
noticed
around, see what I see.
they were chatting, so he's taken his bolus dew and he's kind of wandered over and he sat down towards the end of that.
Oh.
What sounds like a very, very excellent academic treatise on magic and stuff to him. So he's just kind of like, wow, looking at all the pouches, and you're really smart, obviously. I bet you did well in school.
I didn't really attend school, to be honest. Where I'm
Didn't
from,
even need to go to school.
I mean, I went when I was younger. I kind of, my mother was sick, so I had to start working earlier than most people do to make money for her, medicine and the likes. So thankfully, I got in with an old man who lives in the town. He taught me some magic. I think he was a wizard of some sorts. He sort of ran a little magic item shop. Nothing major. It wasn't impressive pay, but I picked up a few tricks, and I think that more than compensated me for the time I put in there.
And Scales nods very knowingly and says, he must have liked fire too.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
That's definitely not.
Do I believe him?
Roll
Bit of
insights.
background.
Ren, do you wish to roll deception?
I mean, it's not really deception, is it? So
Well,
no.
are you telling the truth, or are there
Yeah, like there's
elements
some-
of that you want to hide, or that you've deliberately obscured or misled the party?
I suppose I'm
by
not.
the way
I'm
he's
not
speaking.
lying, but he's not telling the whole truth. So will I still
Okay.
deception check?
No, not necessarily. If, that's enough for me. So 10 insight. It's hard to gauge.
Yeah.
You know, you're pretty tired. You're bed up after the fight. You sort of drifted off a little bit through that, and kind of drifted back in. So you're not really sure as to whether, you know, and also you haven't known him that long.
Again, it was more like, you know, I'm a drifter.
Was he lying?
He's a little bit drifter. Like, I've kind of heard stories like this before.
With the 10, it's very hard to tell.
Yeah, exactly.
If he's wondering, though, I'm from, Raven's Nook to the west.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's me.
Cool.
If you ever plan on going to school, I kind of went to school, only kind of. I didn't attend classes. I had to send in my exams and stuff from far away. It's the main reason I joined the military in the first place was to I couldn't afford school otherwise, but it's a unique experience. I think it's very valuable.
You're trying to better yourself. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd love to study more when it comes to magic and all, but it's not exactly like I don't know about you guys, but it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to get into. Most magic schools, at least to my knowledge, they require a lot of money or to be selected. And the only one I'm fully aware of is, I suppose, there's the College of Archons. I think it's
very much so. You need magic in Sopherone is a very elitist business. If anyone who's not noble or not very well connected and hasn't gone to the College of Archons and gone through their rigorous training, I mean, it's not necessarily hedge magic, but you've done your best. But you're definitely, you're not.
He's self-taught. Like he's very much
so. Yeah.
Like he picked up a few tricks from like the guy who taught him, but like most of it was, through waiting for people to come into the shop. He was reading the books on the shelves.
Yeah, like you can play Smoke in the Water on the guitar, but you don't really know what the notes mean.
Exactly. That's a very accurate description because I can play Seven Nation Army on guitar, but I don't know what the notes.
How much would I know about the college? Probably not much.
Not much. You would roll a history check.
It makes sense that I've got a +0 to history and a 9.
9, not much. No. I mean, you vaguely, very vaguely remember. In the city where your tribe is from, the name rings a bell, like very, very abstractly, and it's like the only feeling you associate with it is contempt.
Yeah, I would know that it's a.
Yeah, it's a college for rich kids.
Yeah.
Scales, are you from Somerton?
Yeah, I grew up in Somerton. Yeah, I'm from there. I went to school, but I wasn't very good, and I preferred to be running. And when we did the play part, that was fun. But then I had to work more. And the farm was always much better. I was much better at the farm, so I didn't go that often. And I don't think I'd like to study more. I don't think that would be for me. No, not at all.
That makes a lot more sense that you like the playing part more, as I'm assuming you played with the other kids.
Well, sometimes some of them used to be afraid, but then after a while they weren't as afraid, and then we played. But then I didn't go to school, but then we played in the woods, and that was fun because the woods were near the farm, and there's all sorts of animals in the woods.
I was much too scared of the woods growing up there. But seeing as you played with the other children, it makes sense as to why we don't know each other.
Thanks, Brandon, for the 100 bits. That's my friend from college.
Hey, thanks, pal.
Hey, Brandon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I also grew up in Somerton. This is other than the time I served, but my first time leaving. This is my first time leaving on my own. Sorry?
How old are you? Were we in school together? No, you said you didn't go to school much.
I didn't go to school before I was almost an adult. I was taught at home, and then when I reached the point where I could start making my own choices, I joined the military.
Oh.
I'm 24.
Okay.
Bit older than me, so.
And you see him, he holds up, I assume Dragonborn have 5 fingers on each hand. So he holds up his 2 hands, and then he holds up another one, and then he like looks at his last hand, and he kind of goes 3 and then 4 and then 3 and then that many.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if we could like keep up with that? Figure it out.
I think I'm gonna have to do the same, but I'm gonna double click our character sheet and have a look.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I wrote it down.
Oh, it's not in it. Anyway, no worries.
Basically, he's 18 or 19. He's not sure which. He's that many years, but he's not.
I am. Sure. What is it? There's a show that was something I don't remember. There's like I'm this many.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that is. Yeah.
How quickly do Dragonborn age? I can't remember.
Same as humans, isn't it?
I think they're basically a human lifespan. Yeah. So they age to about 70, 80 years.
Okay, so you're still relatively young.
You might,
I'm only a child, really.
You might actually know my father.
Thanks for the bits. Sorry, is that Jubinator? Thank you very much.
You might have met him. If you ever had to have had some woodwork done around the farm, maybe your parents hired my father. He's a carpenter and a woodworker and stuff like that. Makes all kinds of things.
We had a woodshed, and sometimes we made stuff. I can do woodwork. I like woodwork because you will woodwork with your hands.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't remember ever meeting anyone. But maybe when I was out on the farm, he came. But yeah.
Have we noticed Krez walking over, by the way?
She didn't make a secret of it. She's sitting at the piano.
Is she listening, or
she has her back turned to you?
Okay.
Is she playing the piano, or just
no? But if you notice someone, if you've ever been around someone that has an interest in piano, but they're also in company, she's done a very faint ding, 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 and looked around to see if you've noticed what you haven't, and then sort of stopped. But I mean, she's definitely not making enough noise in the piano to not hear what you're talking about.
Okay.
Anything else anyone would like to do? Feel free to continue your conversations, or
do you? So your parents don't live there anymore?
No, they went south because they got old and they decided to sell. So then I can't be a farmer anymore. So, and I don't want to go to the south because I'm only young. So I have to make my way until I go visit.
So towards wine country?
Yeah, down near the wine. I don't know where, and I said I'd go visit when they were settled, but now that I've left Somerton, I'm not sure how I'm going to find out where, but I'm sure the wine doesn't come from that big an area, and I'll be able to find them.
You'd be surprised.
And then you see a slightly worried look across Scale's face before it just disappears again, because he's like, no. how hard can it be to find somebody? The world's not that big.
If you
Yeah, and your parents didn't drink a lot of wine, so there can't be that much of it in the world.
That can't exactly. You know, how big can one wine farm be?
if you're
Scales.
looking for I could help you find your way there. I'm pretty good
Parents.
with directions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from further south, so I mean,
It's never been lost.
maybe
a
we
day
can
in my
travel.
life, I think.
Maybe we can travel there together sometime.
Yeah.
It's supposed
I
to be a nicer part of the country in terms of weather.
They're not. They're old, so
definitely
they
is.
don't want to
Yeah.
farm anymore. But they're not so old that they're going to die or anything. So I have time.
Interesting thing about farms is they usually attract all kinds of predators and stuff. So I would be keen to visit a farm.
In
Wrong topic
Somerton.
of conversation.
Would we have? Okay, so we fought the goblins.
No, hold on.
inside.
Sorry, Ren. Let's play out.
Yeah.
I want to see this.
The farm in Somerton. Well, there was those goblins, and they were bad, and they were predators, right? They're bad, and they came, but we didn't have like rabbits or anything. We were mostly vegetables, and sometimes a cow or a sheep. So there weren't even really that many. And every now and then, a dog, a big dog, a bit like, and he looks around to see where Lumud is, and is like a bit like Lumud earlier, but not that big a dog. But a dog like that would come around. But then I'd make a noise and it would run away and it wouldn't take the sheep.
It's like a wolf.
So
I mean,
Dog.
I'm not too keen to return to Somerton.
well,
I've seen all there is to see there.
well, they're going to go to the wine farm, but they're not going to be the wine farm. They're just going to live near the wine farm in the
see.
wine warm country. So
In.
they won't necessarily have a farm.
Okay.
So down in sorry, I'm trying to read the name. So down in the Iron vineyard area.
Iron, yeah.
Iron, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So,
mean,
yeah.
it's a nice place to retire, I suppose. I mean,
It really is. Iron is where, like, it's the south of France, basically, where all of
Yeah.
the nobles go. All the Sopherone nobles go. And, you know, really the way things go up here is that, you know, there's supposed to be sort of burgomaster or a duke or whatever you want to call it is supposed to be in charge of here, but often they send envoys or lackeys to do the job for them, pay them like a quarter of the money that they're getting paid, and they just use the rest to kind of stay down in wine country, which is why you often see these small towns, especially this far away, especially where you were from, Ren. This is why you often see these places being mismanaged, like horrifically mismanaged by people who know, like, that they're so far away from the capital city that there is little to no accountability. The person who has given them this, like, a small amount of money and huge amount of prestige and responsibility is never going to come up and check on them. And which is why some of these, especially up near the northwest where you're from, Ren, which is why some of these places are almost like kingdoms of their own.
but yeah, the further away you are from the seat of power, the less.
Very
it
much so,
affects you.
which explained, you know, and like Ren, you would be very aware of that.
Yeah. I don't know what predators would predator on wine.
I
People,
think
people.
Rich people.
I think
Yeah.
it could more
Assholes.
be the
Yeah.
predators that prey on the herbivores that predator the wine.
Rats.
So
Wolves,
if you have
I suppose,
if
to a
the,
degree.
if the wine fields have pests like I don't know, birds, or I don't know what eats wine, but
Oh,
have that.
thanks, Kate, for the 100 bits.
if they
Thank you,
that,
Kate.
then
Cheers.
there's probably
Did not see that.
a predator or two as well. So
Sometimes the people at the inn, I think they predated the wine.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
Agreed.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
And then Scales gives a very serious nod, like, yeah, we've solved it.
I mean, Grumbletooth certainly loves his alcohol, so he'd probably be quite partial to predating on wine.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Grundletooth having killed a bottle or two in his life.
Very much so, yeah. And Kronk having just swallowed
Barrels.
the bottle and all, like.
Yeah.
it'll digest in there sometime. Okay. Any of you guys would like to chat about or accomplish before we move on? And that's not a hurried
I just want to say,
suggestion.
have you guys noticed that Finar always disappears when we're, having conversations? He's never here.
That's fine.
I think he needs alone time.
No, I understand that.
Special alone time.
I mean, if I
Special alone time.
If I fell off the log, I'd probably want some time to unwind too. But yeah, no, just
You set things on fire, he disappears.
To be fair,
I don't on purpose. I don't purposely set things on fire.
You did at the school. You set the fire on fire purposely.
I didn't set the fire on fire. I made the fire bigger, and then I put the fire out. And then he does it to the one here. He just makes it like flare up a bit.
Oh, you hear it? Oh, okay. So you do that there, and you hear clunk, clunk, clunk as Grez just jumps away from the thing.
Sorry.
And Lamud, give me a quick insight check, please.
to be fair, Fenari might disappear every now and then, but I think it's maybe too much for him.
Yeah, I mean,
social stuff. I mean, this is. I think this is the most I've talked to anybody in about 4 years. So
maybe.
But you can only have so much special alone time if you're going to have friends.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
As you make the flames a surge and everyone hears the roar in the fireplace, and they kind of shoot out a little bit as well. Lamud, you just happen to be looking over the piano and you see Krez just jump, and the heat, it's noticeable. It's not painful or frightening for you, but she definitely reacts in a very, very primal and visceral way to this, and she jumps off. And like if you've seen the cat trying to get down off the piano, it's like clunk 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 clunk, and she almost tries to climb over the piano, and then just runs like she is terrified of and she goes.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel bad.
She is.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a response to something, Lamud.
Yeah. So, Ren, I think just or at least around Chris, just.
Yeah. No, I get you. I see your point.
With the magic, there's something that happened there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say what. I'm not sure what happened, but that girl's been through something.
She teared up when you spoke Orcish, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. So
yeah, there's definitely something there.
She didn't. No, I do believe when you said something to her in Orcish, she reacted badly to it.
Yeah.
So she teared up in a negative,
in a bad way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said cheered up.
No, teared up. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Chewing gum on my mouth, so probably.
Yeah. Okay. Go. Yeah. Cool.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, there's something that happened. There's something in the past.
Definitely is. Yeah.
I don't mean to make
okay.
something.
Anyone else would like to accomplish here, or before we scooch on?
No.
Okay, so has everyone done their short rest?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So your plan is to head to the house of the child who has sort of let slip that that she's being visited by the card witch. How do you intend to insinuate yourself within the family? Do you know who the parents are, or have you a plan to try and sort that out?
Oh, I was
Gale's
planning.
plans to follow everybody else.
I was
Okay.
I was planning to do like a stakeout. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think.
So
we
you're
thought
planning
this
just to
through,
kind
but
of just hang out outside the house in a
That's it.
non-creepy but hopeful and heroic way.
I mean, we could
Yeah.
tell the parents that what's happened, and then see what they have to say. And if they insist we go away, then we don't.
Well, what
Although
if
the
they're
guards
like
might get
teacher,
involved, so
Mr.
we've.
Crinkly Bottom,
Mhm.
because he said it was all just made up.
I mean, they might be, but in that case, we can, I suppose, follow Robert's idea. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird to think that we're going to stake out a child's house. I mean, on second thought, that is kind of, yeah.
I mean, we if it comforts you, we could be staking out the parents' house.
That,
Yeah.
we're staking it. We're doing it to protect the parents because the last person killed their parents. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
There you
I
go.
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, unless you've got another idea or a better idea, that's the
thing.
it's the only lead we've got at the moment.
I just don't want more people getting murdered because of whatever the fuck this is.
Okay, so what's your plan?
Stake out.
Stake, you're just
Stake
going to
out.
go to the house and hang around outside.
Not
Get-
visibly.
See what it looks like, and then we can decide from there how close we get.
Yeah, we'll
Where
check
we
out the
set
house first.
Okay, I'll bring you over to the house though. Let me just copy and paste.
Maybe
things.
there's bushes.
I mean,
that makes it so much worse.
Because bushes always. I'm just going to drag you over here for now, if that's all right. Bushes always scream subtle, don't they?
Aim for the bushes.
Yeah.
Do any of
Yeah,
them
1, 2, 3,
know-
4, 5, 6. That's everyone.
Do
Yeah,
a
so
quick
for-
one
for now,
around.
you got your long rest.
Okay.
You got your 4 hours.
None
so
of
let
us
me just-
none of us know where the girl who actually murdered her parents lived.
No, you haven't checked it out yet.
That could also be maybe we could find some clues in the house.
There, you should find yourselves there now, if you can see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, the map's still loading.
Again, thank you to Kate from It's a Map, who did this map last minute for me because I had a very drastic revision to this story arc, and she was very good to thing. And she asked me to tell Carrie, who plays Ren, that those creatures that aren't moving, they're just flavor.
Okay. Good. There's no floating birds.
No.
Okay,
I'm on the map twice,
Firewall bird.
just to say.
How are you? Sorry, where's your?
I'm up towards the from over here. I don't know how to make the flippy thing on the tablet.
Yeah, all of us only see one of you.
Where are you? I can only see one of you as well.
Over halfway up, over on the left-hand side of the house, near the bushes, I see a token of me as well as.
I think
Zen
that's
in the group.
only on your side.
Yeah,
I
think it's
can't
on
see
there,
that.
so-
No.
I can't select it, so obviously it's just a.
Okay, cool. Let me just check and see something else.
Why
No.
the music's gotten creepy also.
Oh, it has, isn't it? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's obviously a mistake.
I
It's
mean,
probably not important.
No,
I'm
very,
gonna
very
reload
unimportant.
20.
Okay, cool. So there you are. And I don't really. Oh, sure, I'll drag something over. Hold on.
I mean, what time of day is it?
It's early evening now. It's about 7 or 8.
Okay.
Robert will
Let me just do
Say-
one thing here.
say
Yeah.
to everyone, I think stay here and let me see what I can see. And
Okay. Ren's
yeah, you've got
gonna
the
walk
sneaky
through the
one.
bushes. Yeah, Ren's gonna hide in the tree.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to drag over something here. Boom, boom.
Tarrasque.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, cool.
sorry, Dave. You said that these animals on the map are they?
They are there. They are there, but they're not tokens that we can move around.
All right. No, cool. So
It's sort of in reference to the birds that were static in the air in the
Yeah,
last
those are-
fight. Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking. So I'm just going to walk over to the pin and begin ritually casting Speak with Animals.
Okay, no problem. How long does that take?
It'll take me 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes plus another 10, so 20 minutes.
No problem. You're tipping away at that. And is there anything anyone else would like to do? Well, the strange half orc is out there making weird noises and drawing marks in the ground.
Wait, what's he casting?
Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I would like to take a loop around the house to take note of the rooms, if I can see into the windows. And
you can.
what room do I-
If you want to do that, make a stealth check. Or if you'd like, if you're not bothered about
No,
being seen,
I'm stealthing.
so you're going to sneak around the house that the child lives in. No problem at all.
This is going to go well.
Okay, so let's get a stealth check for you. That is a 9. Okay.
I mean, I rolled a 2, so
Okay, no problem at all. So you're walking along, and you're really, really quiet, and you're like, oh, I fucking have this, and then you stand on it. You stand on this large twig, and you're like, you look around, you're like, you're right. Where are you now? In fact, which way are you going around? Do you want to move your token?
going counterclockwise. So
move your token to maybe that window or wherever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And as you get there, you stand on this twig, and it's like, you're like, you look around, you're like, you hear nothing else. You're like, oh, thank God I got away. And you take your next step, and you stand on a cat, and it goes, and you're like, oh fuck, and it just runs up your side and starts clawing at your face, and you kind of slap it away, and it gets down on the ground, and it goes, and then it runs off, and out from the door runs this very dirty looking 6 foot tall, let me get my notes, 6 foot tall,
oh, no.
sorry about this, I should have this ready, but I didn't.
It's what sucks when you have a rogue that's actually good at sneaking, but you're bad at charisma. So if you fail at sneak, getting out of it is like a...
Whoops.
So is that the mother then? Yeah.
Sorry, human. Look, mid-20s, long auburn hair flows past her knees. She is, so she's a very attractive looking woman, actually.
Fireball.
And as she runs out, she goes,
Nah.
Wait, you said she's attractive?
Yeah, very, like she's long, or like really long auburn hair. She's mid-20s. She's not like dressed in any particular like kind of evening gown or anything, but she's wearing practical clothes. Roll me a... What's your passive perception, in fact?
It's 13. But I have an eye for detail. But yeah, that makes a difference.
You're eye for detail. As she runs out the door, you see she sort of... She has a dagger in one hand, and behind her, her hand behind her. It looks like she's trying to hide it, but you see a kind of a flash of magical energy. And she looks down, and she hides it. Now, sorry, she would be up here at this stage.
Could I have seen that from where I am through the tree?
Hiding in the trees. What's your? Well, you would have been looking. So give me a perception check.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna get the. Is there a way to have your sheet constantly open a different tab? You know?
I generally do it on a different desktop page, but I'm a Mac wanker.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Perception. See, I have a +1. It's a 2.
That's a 3. You miss it. You like Jaden makes a noise, and you look back, and it's just happened too quick. And she runs out and she goes. Immediately, she's kind of not repulsed, but a little bit creeped out. And she's like, "Who the bloody hell are you?" She has a dagger in front of her. What are you doing? What are you doing on my property? Yeah, very.
Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna be
he steps in.
I'm sorry. I've been tracking a creature.
She looks around. What creature?
I don't know. It left behind these, and I'll pull out one of the manticore quills.
She takes it off you and sniffs it. Iron.
Yes. It has these protrudes.
There's no way a bloody manticore has been hunting around the town. You've clearly picked this up from somewhere else.
I picked it up.
Why do you lie to me, little man?
She just knows I lie. I'm gonna stick to it. Save my.
Okay, roll deception. Roll deception, because you guys traveled for a day and a bit out of the town.
We traveled for a day. Oh no!
Well,
It was
a good few hours.
It was like just
I think you said it was
no, it was a few
hours
hours.
there, 2 hours back, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. So that's 4 hours. So plus the fight and the encounter, so it was a good half a day. So
Oh no, it was 2 hours to the boars and then 2 more hours
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
manticore, so it's
Mhm.
8 hours. Yeah.
Deception.
yeah, because I mean,
Locally.
7. No, she's not taken in by this. She goes, Valera, and out walks Valera, who is her partner living there. She's a human again, about mid-20s, tightly cropped red hair and a strong build. She still has her. She's got this kind of very, very long, thick leather apron on. And anyone who sees her coming out, she's carrying a very, very, very large warhammer. She seems very confident with it. It's not in a battle stance. It's just over the back of her shoulders. And she walks out. She goes, "What now?" She walks out and she goes,
At this point, I'm
Oh.
going to come out from cover. I'm going to try intervene because Robert's going to get his head smashed in.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fenard is also looking towards the door and see like they. Oh, okay, our friend is in trouble, and I'm just shouting that to everybody and just pointing to the direction I saw Robert went.
"Okay."
I'll be
So you just
fine.
let shout that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Around
Valera
the
turns
front.
around and sees Ren coming, and she sees Scales.
And has his hands up, by the way. He's approaching as unthreateningly as possible.
His Scales is looking at the cabbages.
The Scales is looking at the cabbages. So until Fenara, I was about to ask how loud was the interaction at the door, because until Fenara shouted, Scales is just distracted by the cabbages. So and the field beside the cabbages
Yeah,
with
I
the
mean, saying
scarecrow.
how
Yeah, the scarecrow is kind of creepy looking. So this is kind of a particular corn that's native to just this part of Sopherone. And the scarecrow it's made of predominantly of sticks, twigs, grass, and it has 2 what looks like buttons for eyes. One is blue and one is red. They reflect the light weirdly, and almost it sort of feels like wherever you walk, it feels like it's looking at you.
I think Scales was probably like both admiring the farming, because that's what he knows,
Yeah.
but also he's probably been doing this thing where he kind of goes at the scarecrow, because I'm guessing on his farm they didn't really need a scarecrow.
No, they
kind of
did. They had him.
fulfilled the purpose.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows what scarecrows are, but this one is like extra creeping him out, and he's just doing that thing where it's like,
Yeah,
Nice.
but it
Follow it.
like the wind
and
is
then his
blowing.
head-
The wind is blowing and it's kind of moving from side to side, and you can hear it. And it's kind of creaking like that.
Yeah. So it's like super creepy, and he's like not sure about it. But then he hears the shout, and he's
Yeah.
kind of like throws one more look at the scarecrow, and then he kind of like turns around, and then as quickly as he can, while not trampling the cabbages, he's gonna like make his way out of the
They're
cabbage patch.
award-winning cabbages. They're like very, very big and very well tended.
I've also broken concentration on trying to reach for the garden.
Yes.
I'll be
Okay,
back.
no problem.
I'll be back in 1 second, everybody.
No problem. Yeah. Okay, Limud. Yeah, you've broken concentration. You run over. So Autumn, that's her name. She's there, and any sense of that flash you saw, Robert, is gone, and she has a dagger out, and she's backed against the window here, and there, and Zelda moves to here. Valera moves to here
as well.
And she has her warhammer out now, and there's no more kind of casual vibe about it. She pulls it out and she goes, "You're trespassing.
You're
State
right.
your business."
But we have a good reason.
If Scales has made it up, he'd like to just at this point interrupt and say, "I like your cabbages."
Okay, Scales, you take over the conversation.
Passing us.
This will be interesting.
Thank you, but why are you here?
I don't. Why are we here? And he kind of looks around the others to explain, because he's
You
going to
can see Autumn and Valera make eye contact with each other, and a lot goes on. There's a lot unsaid, but there's a lot said.
Ren's going to look back
with that glance, and they sort of tense with their weapons.
Yeah. Ren's going to look back at Jaden and then just sort of shrug and be like, "So, basically, I'm assuming you've heard this talk about the curved witch."
Oh, bloody hell!
We're looking into it. Your daughter spoke to Jaden here and mentioned seeing and things, being visited in her dreams by it, and we're sort of adventures would be the best.
Give me a persuasion check, Ren.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not very good at this. Persuasion. 11. Is it? No, 17.
17. Okay. So you're talking to Valera there, is it?
I'm talking to whoever asked us to start our business.
Yeah,
so Valera.
That was Valera, yeah. Autumn, who was there near Robert, has moved back to the door because anyone who's here can see the scraggly, dirty, brown-haired child, the creepy one from the school, is sort of poking her head out. She goes, "Have we got visitors?" And Autumn's like, No, darling. Inside now, inside. Time for bed.
Inside check on the girl.
What are you yeah, okay, cool. So Lamud first, what are you trying to determine?
I just get the feeling because she was very what's the word I'm looking for? Not standoffish, the other she was very, she kept to herself a lot at the school, and now she's very inquisitive and trying to figure out what's going on. It's just
extroverted.
Okay.
Yeah, more extroverted. Something's going on there.
Okay, roll insight.
Out of curiosity,
come on, 7.
Hard to tell. She's behind Autumn, and just the awkwardness of the situation, predominantly because of Robert, it's very distracting.
Yeah, cool.
Robert in awkward situations.
It's anonymous.
So, anyone else want to say anything before
you better say
Autumn and Valera will go? And
I just want to say, I actually thought we were at the other girl's house.
Yeah.
The one that spoke to
Jaden. So Zelda was the one who was chatting to Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Grant. Let me just retcon that then. Which one was the one that you were going to?
It was
her name.
Her name here. Sorry,
I don't know.
I'll tell you now. Let me see if I can find it quickly.
She's the one who, like Zelda was the one who we thought was like a red herring or something. Like
Zelda's the one we were suspicious of possibly being a warlock. I think we addressed that character.
No.
And then
we thought Zelda was the one.
Steve Aaron Lalandre, you have Gabby Lalandre, you have obviously Mystic Queen. So Zelda, Arthur, Thomas, Aaron, Billy, Arthur, Coleman. 12 Arthur's, Gabby,
I think it might be Gabby, but
Gabby. Okay, cool. No problem.
It was the young one that followed
Me
Jane
out.
out anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew his
That
name.
would be Gabby. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Move back to the thing. So let's just assume that Grant, Gabby there, and Gabby is like.
Yeah.
We just shifted to an alternate timeline, guys. Nothing happened.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. It's the same map and same house still applies. So
that's the one.
she's like, Mommy, who are these people? Never mind, darling. Go back inside and try to sleep. You know I can't sleep tonight. I told you I won't sleep tonight.
I'm gonna move up to the rest of the people as well.
Mm-hmm.
Scales is gonna have like done a little wave at the child.
Yeah, and
She sees you and she goes, Mommy, what's that? Mommy, what is that? I'm like,
Can we hear what she's saying to the parents?
make a perception check. She's sort of whispering in fear and wonderment, especially when it comes to you.
Oh. I think I accidentally just...
It's okay. You've rolled 3. You take the first one, which is 4. You don't hear. That's
Okay.
performance. Perception 21. Yeah, you hear her go, Mommy, what's that? What is that?
So then I look at who's beside me,
Robert.
Robert.
and just sort of say, she did see me at the school, right? I was at the school.
You were outside.
Definitely at
They're
school.
fighting.
You outside.
you're outside.
Yeah.
You were actually outside, yeah.
I'm
Some
gonna.
of the children said, no, okay, no.
Jaden's gonna pull down his hood, I suppose, for the first time properly, and he has the auburn hair as well. But he'll go, Gabby, and like he's keeping a respectful distance from the front door because obviously
The parents are like,
yeah.
Parents are like, well, I'm sorry, you'll speak to me first.
Of course, yeah. And I'm actually going to hand
What do you
off
want?
my glaive to Finnair behind me, just so that complete de-escalation of the conflict.
Yeah, she sees that.
Going on.
She sees that and looks at you and goes, and shakes her finger and nods to Ren, and tells you it's like as if she's indicating that she would be happier if you gave it to Ren.
Okay, yeah, and
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little.
It's just a little bit of shade, but okay.
That's a low-key insult, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Ren's gonna pull a red dragon scale out with that.
So she
So we're gonna hand that
visibly
over.
sort of
Yeah.
that sort of de-escalates the situation a little bit. Well played.
He's kind of like struggling to find a way to hold it comfortably. He's like,
Yeah.
and he just sets it down on the ground beside him.
Yeah, fine. And there's a bit of a side eye there going on, but he goes, right, look, this is all obviously started off on the wrong foot.
That'd be my fault.
Yes, that is our fault, but how about we start from the beginning? As Robert mentioned, we're chasing up, as Ren mentioned, we're chasing up on, I suppose, some of the rumors that are going around, and your daughter made mention that, I suppose, like a lot of the children, she may have seen something, and so we're here following that up.
He holds her hand open to just as if to stop you and goes,
Mm-hmm.
Gabby, inside. I don't care. Inside and go play with the toys. And she goes inside.
Will we hear what Gabby says to the mother there?
It was a basic kind of protest.
Yeah.
She didn't want to. She like any child, she wants to know what the adults are talking about until it gets boring.
Did she, I suppose, clock who I was as the person that she had made mention to about it earlier?
Roll insight.
Can I roll insight as well?
Mm-hmm.
14.
Yeah, I mean 12 is all you need. She's a child. She's not that great at hiding her emotions and her intentions. Yes, she definitely did recognize you.
Okay.
But she's very aware of the fact that you have to convince her parents to sort of like you have to get over the hurdle of the parents first. You know.
Yeah.
So and she knows that there's not much she can do about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I suppose it was the clocking of, you know, is it her, or are we, you know, the recognition that we spoke earlier, but that's enough there. So okay, and look, obviously we could, and then continuing with the parents, obviously we could have started this an awful lot better, but
bloody right.
100%, and can only apologise again. But obviously this is something that's been going around town. It's been something that you seem
people have died over it
to be worried about. I mean, we've heard the goings on around town. I don't presume anything, but we're just here following up.
Autumn turns here and she says, "Well, you know, we've children's tales of a carved witch and the like. Children have imaginations. We've seen nothing. As far as we're concerned, Gabby's scaring herself awake every other night, and some nights she sleeps well and some nights she doesn't. Like Mr. Crinklebottom says, it's nothing but a children's fanciful tale."
Considering how much Mr. Crinklebottom drinks, I wouldn't be trusting his judgment on that. He is a good
teacher. He is a good teacher.
That's fair enough. I mean,
he is our only teacher.
No, look, it's a small town.
Gabby's grasp on mathematics has come on leaps and bounds since last semester.
That's fair enough. Clearly he's decent at his job, but I suppose the reason
what are you here for?
We want to get to the bottom of this because what is it? Someone killed their parents over this. It's not. There's a point where it goes from being children's stories to
we're aware.
Really something that needs to be looked into, because even if it could just very well be a children's story, but there's clearly something sinister behind it if people are dying. You know, kids.
Are you the folks who rescued Bren?
We are.
Adventurers, they say.
Well, that was as you.
Heroes. Some of them called you.
We did deal with the goblin problem in Somerton as well.
That was you.
It was us.
And what would you have of us tonight? Honestly,
we just suppose the rumors are that the card witch visits at night. We, suppose people who could likely possibly deal with a witch, if it does show up, would kind of appreciate it if you'd let us maybe just wait around outside the house and see what happens. Just to be on the safe side, just in case.
So if this carved witch does enter our house, and what is it you say she does?
Speaks to the children. There's another child that promised them power in the school. Jaden, you spoke to Gabby about this. You probably know more than I do.
You've spoken to my daughter.
She spoke to me. And
you can see the two of them share a very concerned glance.
Mr. Crinklebottom was present for it. But I suppose, as Ren mentioned, I think nobody will be sleeping tonight by the sounds of things anyway. And we're not presuming anything will go wrong, but I suppose, could we have your permission to wait outside and, I suppose, be within earshot? Because
what happens if this carved witch enters the house?
Well, we don't know.
We'll try our best to protect you.
What use you outside?
We would hope to see the carved witch enter the house, and then
we don't know how it enters.
Okay, roll a persuasion check. Whoever has the best charisma, feel free to roll a persuasion check. Feel free to stack this in you guys' favor as well as possible. I will give you advantage, and whoever wants to make this roll, I would say Jaden, seeing as you're doing the main talking, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion.
Not good at that.
Oh,
Oh, thank
okay.
Oh shit! Natural
First
20.
natural 20 of the session, boys.
Okay, excellent. Now the shadows are lengthening across this farmhouse, and Scales, as you look back, that scarecrow looks even creepier now as the shadows lengthen across the farm here. This kind of almost seems as if the shadows are sort of reaching towards you. It's very unsettling, and
there's measurements going on the map. That's okay.
They look well. It's more so just to kind of show which way the shadows are.
Oh, I was going to say, is the scarecrow that
No. So as the shadows lengthen and the sun goes down, Valera sort of goes, "Won't you give us a minute, please?"
Of course.
And they go inside.
Take your time.
And they go in. They have a quick chat. You can hear hushed. The door closes. Hushed whispers, and they come out and they go, "Seeing as we've heard of the Saviors of Somerton, we'll invite you inside our home for one night. Set up whichever way you wish. Set up outside whichever way you wish. But if nothing happens this night, that's it. Agreed?"
Agreed.
Agreed.
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have some cabbage soup on the boil.
Ren's going to turn to the rest of the group before they go in and be like,
I'm gonna
I
be.
think one of us need to stay outside. See if
Well,
there's anything happening.
I still want to
Eliminate
go
myself.
finish casting my spells. I'll be outside for at least the next 30 minutes.
Let's do that now then, Lamud. You can go and do your ritual cast, and we'll say that this happens now.
And while he's
I
doing
know.
that, can I pop up with detect magic ritually?
Yeah, where are you going to do that?
I'm going to just plop down on front of the, like, where I am on the spot.
Okay,
Start
Graham, we'll
casting.
get to that after Lamud then. Cool. Good to know. Lamud.
I
Yeah,
would
so
like to nominate myself. Sorry,
no,
to stay outside.
Okay.
I would prefer to not go into these people's homes, as that seems like a situation that would be way too uncomfortable for me.
I mean, considering they were ready to smash your head in.
Oh, I love it.
possibly.
Okay, cool. So let's shift the scene over to Lamud. Outside the you can see this very well built pen, and there's a few cows wandering around, just kind of munching on what remains of the grass in this section. And they're just minding their business. They seem very at ease. Your ritual has been completed.
Yeah, so I mean, as where was it again? So as Lamud finished the ritual, he just mutters the word deer, and kind of runs his hand across his lips, and starts talking to the closest cow. That's kind of.
What are you going to say?
Hello. Just trying to catch the cow's attention.
Turns around and goes, hello.
What's your name?
You can see its eyes kind of scrunch up quizzically.
She must have a name.
I've heard Daisy. I did not give myself this name.
Is it okay if I call you Daisy?
Yes.
All right, Daisy. I don't know if you maybe can help. Have you seen anything strange happen at night on this farm? Strange people or strange things moving about, especially when the moon is full.
And you see the cow, its flanks kind of shear a little bit, and it looks up. The moon is pretty much full at the moment, and it looks up and it goes, just the cold. It gets very cold.
Only when the moon is full.
When the thing visits.
And does it stay for long?
Always passes by.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Can you describe it?
Cold. Fast. Frightening.
I'm pretty
Dude,
sure
this
that
cow is creeping me out.
I'm pretty sure that's as much as I probably can get out of a cow. But yeah,
Keep going if you
yeah.
want.
No. I mean,
The other one wanders over and goes, "Who are you talking to?"
is he saying that to me or to Daisy?
No, to Daisy. Daisy's like, I don't know. I've never understood them before. They can understand us. He wanders over and he goes, "Why are you here?"
No, point over to the house and say, the little girl that stays here, we're trying to help her.
The one that takes our milk.
The cows want people dead. Oh no! Kill the cows!
I'm not sure if she does that. I've never seen her do that.
Like this is going to be like a bees movie, but with cows.
Yeah, probably.
Is
I'm just
she
imagining
in
the cows.
danger?
We hope not. And if she is, we're trying to prevent anything from happening.
What are they talking about, Daisy? Daisy is the cold one that visits, that took our child. Are you with her?
With the cold one, no.
She stole our calf.
If that is the case, then I will make sure that's the last one.
When she arrived, she did something similar to you. And then she could speak to us. She took our calf and danced, explained to us what dancing was. Danced around the fence, told us what would become of her, and then danced away.
Sounds like one sick individual. It is something that we would definitely need to remedy.
Please do. If you can save that child, please save ours.
I promise you I will do everything in my power.
Did that cow just ask us to save the small cow from the eventual slaughter as well?
No, to save the little girl.
Yeah, but
the cow asked if you can save the little girl. The cow basically is sort of requesting that you save the stolen calf as well.
Oh, there's been stolen.
The stolen calf.
Yeah, if you have the power to save the girl, then it wants to know if you can save its calf.
Oh, that. If it is still alive and there is a chance, I will do my best.
It's got a snort of acceptance.
More than that, I cannot promise.
And the two of them walk over. You feel like this is the end of the interaction.
Yeah, no, I was going to end it after that as well anyway.
Okay. Anything anyone else wants to do before we move you inside to the house? Or you move yourselves inside to the house?
I had my detect magic.
Okay, so are you just going to do a circuit of the house, or are you looking to
Sweep of
look at
the
anything specific.
house, and then just as much as I can cover in the grounds around
Okay,
the house.
it's 10 minutes. You're gonna as you walk outside the grounds, faint into magic off the scarecrow.
Okay.
Faint into magic off the soil that the cabbages are in. And you walk into the house.
I would have checked out the house as well.
Okay, cool. You walk into the house. There is Autumn. Sorry, Valera is it? Who was the
Autumn was the one that cast magic.
Yeah, Valera is the blacksmith. There is a very strong sense of magic off her apron, and her tools are on the table here, and there is a very strong
Can I see what type of magic?
glow of magic.
Detect magic allows me to see what's going.
Yeah, so on the apron it's abjuration, and on the tools it's transmutation.
Ren's gonna mention that to them. He's gonna be he's a transmutation wizard, so he'll bring it up. He'll be like, so I'm just doing a sweep. I've cast, I've just checked for.
Do you want to move yourself in?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The thing, yeah. And just tell me, are you going to talk to Valera?
I'm speaking. They're both in the same room. So
yeah, they are. Yeah.
It's like, so I'm checking the property just that I can detect sources of magic. I cast a spell to do it. I'm noticing there's strong traces of magic coming from your tools, the apron, and the scarecrow. You're aware of this, I assume.
And the scarecrow is an old friend.
Okay.
The soil has been treated in such a way as to make our cabbages grow just so.
I suppose it's
the apron is enchanted to protect me from heat. I'm a blacksmith, don't you know? And
I figured by the hammer.
My tools are enchanted.
Transmutation, right?
Yeah. Yes, my tools are enchantment. My tools are enchanted just to aid me to change one thing into another.
I can do that myself. It's what I sort of specialize in.
I'm not very interested in that.
It's fair enough.
I'd rather not have you all in my house, but I've agreed to it. Please go about the business that we've agreed.
Yep. And then he's just going to continue just looking around. Is there nothing else? Nothing that seems like dangerous?
Nothing. The door here is locked.
Magic.
Do you want to move yourself up to the door? No, It's just locked.
Okay.
I'm not going to try. There's no key sticking out. Are you up to the door?
Yeah.
So 30. What is it? Is it 30 feet?
30 feet. Yeah, I'd get the full room.
You would.
I get the full house nearly.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there is. There's some magic in there. I don't know what type of magic would augment a +1 weapon.
It would be a general magic.
Yeah, just general magic. Then there's definitely some sort of enchanted item in there.
So we know that's where we need to go to get the +1 weapon to fight the hack. Got it. I found what I was looking for.
I mean, it could be a +1 jug of coffee making.
So
let's see.
Not to be weird. Is there anything coming from the kids' room? Anything?
Besides fear, no.
Okay. Sense fear is not magic. Okay.
That's all you. That's all you detect.
Okay.
Anything else you would like to do? Do you want to set yourself up in preparation for the night?
I could go identify the scarecrow, but I don't think that's necessary, unless you guys want me to. Because I will mention this to the rest of the group.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. Well,
I would have also told everyone what the cows told me.
Will we relay that information to the parents as well?
No, I'm not going to tell the parents that just yet. Tomorrow when everything's over.
Okay.
Standing outside.
So who's standing outside? Move your tokens wherever you want. You have full access to the child's room when she's asleep. The parents have agreed to that. They're going to go to bed as normal. Autumn and Valera are just hitting the sack now. They've told Gabby to go to bed. It is pitch dark. besides, the light of the fire here and a couple of candles. What do you guys
Ren's-
want to do?
Ren's going
Maybe-
to take a seat up against the door. Like, he's going to move one of these chairs. And he's going
Which
to put it
chairs?
here. The chairs at the table. He's gonna
Yeah,
put it
cool.
here. And he's going to
No
take a seat
problem.
in the chair with his, basically at ready. So if something that
Okay,
isn't
cool.
one of his friends or, normal walks through the door, he's going to blast it.
Who's going to go into the child's room and keep watch there?
Well, Scales was going to set up at her door, but I guess I could go into the room.
Jaden
Yeah, you've
probably
been given
has-
permission, and Gabby's aware of this.
Yeah, Jaden.
Gabby's
probably
been
has-
told that you guys will help her sleep tonight.
Because
So
it's-
Scales is going to
Sorry, Nikki.
I was going to say be at the foot of the bed, but that's going to be super creepy. So
Yeah.
You can sit on the chest there if
sit
you
on,
want.
sit on the chest. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so Limud will just plop down in this chair by the fire.
Okay, so
Bernard is
2 in the
just-
bedroom. Sorry for not
Bernard
going.
is just outside with Robert, like against the wall with his back, like leaning against the wall with his back, and just keep watch.
Okay.
Should we try hiding in these bushes?
Are you sure you want to try and hide again, Robert?
Can I make an Arcana check? Because when Lamud explained the coals and the lights, can I make an Arcana check to see if I know of anything that may cause that?
Sorry, what are you
History.
trying to
So
determine?
when Lamud explained that something comes and it creates a sense of coldness and it comes at
Okay.
night, can I just try and make a check to see? if I
Yeah,
have
the DC,
any
it's
idea what
very
that could be?
vague, so the DC is going to be very high.
Oh, I
But
understand, yeah.
Feel free to roll.
What would be history or Arcana?
Whichever's better.
I'll go Arcana. So
18. Cold, you're inclined to link it towards undead or certain creatures that may exist in the ethereal plane, or anything that sort of
see the dancing
deals in
leads me to think
deals
of
in
Fae
necrotic
somehow.
energy. What's that?
The dancing sort of, I don't know, but something in the back of my head just says Fae when I hear like it's taking
Okay.
dancing
Yeah, no,
around.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
You basically what like the reasoning you're taking there is pretty much what Ren comes to. It's
Could
there's
be-
no
it could
there's no
be
discernible
undead.
answers. Just the information was so abstract and so different when
Yeah.
delivered by a beast of burden. It's very hard to figure out what
Yeah.
they mean. Okay. Anything else anyone want? Are you guys set up?
I think
Like,
definitely.
I think I'm gonna like Robert asked to hide and everything, and then I'll just like, why not? I'll just do Mask of the Wild, where I could just attempt to hide, even when.
Okay.
Yeah. So
When
that's-
lightly obscured, so
yeah.
Okay, so you want to roll you can attempt to hide even when you're lightly obscured. So cool. So roll a stealth check then.
Okay. Yay.
Okay, you feel very obscured.
I'm also hiding,
Okay.
Mr.
20.
Oh.
20.
Yeah, Robert's hidden in a few bushes, but he still hasn't got the hang of it. So, but Fernar has definitely hidden in a few trees and bushes, and Fernar knows what he's doing. Robert, you definitely feel you feel fairly well hidden. Fernar, you can see him plain as day. Okay, is that everyone sorted out?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so as the night falls, the fire burns low in the house here. And Lamud, you kind of poke it with the poker and you can sort of turn the log and it sets to blazing again. You can hear the wind outside. It's blowing the trees. It's a windy evening. It's a windy night, in fact. And it's just there's an air to things maybe heightened by your own expectation or fear or anticipation, but it's just there's an energy to this night
Yeah,
that's weird. Scales
Yeah,
and Jaden. Sorry, go on.
I'm just keeping every now and then just taking a glance over to this window.
Okay.
Any signs of frosting over or anything like that?
Okay. So Scales
I'll do
and
the same with
Jaden.
the ones in my room here.
Okay, cool. Understood. Scales and Jaden. You guys feel you're looking at Gabby. There was a lot of a lot of child talk, asking Scales about, you know, things about dragons, and asking Jaden about his long stick, you know, with the axe at the end of it and stuff like that. And I qualified that with the axe at the end. So and you know, you guys talk to her, and she eventually falls asleep. After about a good half hour, she starts to look uncomfortable. And she starts to just sort of toss and turn in the bed. Are you guys going to let anyone else know about this, or are you happy just to take care of it yourselves?
Well, does she look like she's having nightmares, or is she cold?
She just looks like she's tossing and turning a little bit. But the vibe is that apparently these children are visited in their dreams.
Yeah, so it's likely nearby while it's visiting.
Are you going to let the rest of the party know, or are the two of you just going to...
Yeah, I mean, I suppose... Yeah, I'm going to just poke the head out the door to Lamud and say...
Where's Scales gone?
Scales has moved over to the bed, and he's like...
I don't see Scales anywhere.
Oh.
He's on my screen.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Sorry.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like thinking, well, when I'm not sleeping well, I like to have an extra blanket, so to like wrap up in. So he's cool. That's where his thought process is.
No problem. So you kind of throw the extra blanket over. Jaden, are you gonna get anyone else in here, or are you just gonna see what happens?
I'm just gonna poke the head out the door till the one go. I think so.
The moment I notice that, I'm going to relay the message through to Ren, and then I'm rushing into the room.
Well, I mean, it's like it's very much just a...
Yeah, as quietly as possible. Does it... And I don't want to... Does it look like she is under any kind of magical influence being...
Hard to tell, but I will say you guys are very crowded around the bed right now, and it's probably
not a good idea.
It's probably gonna it's pretty creepy. It's probably gonna wake her up in a bad way.
Yeah, I'm not touching her or anything like that. Simply just
okay, go. Is anyone else coming in here, or are we good to go? I'm going to describe a scene here now. If
Ren's going to knock on the door and just ask someone outside to do a sweep of the perimeter, to check around the house. Okay.
And are you? Is that it for you, Ren? You staying there?
No, he'll move into the inner room and stay outside the bedroom.
And if that's it, if that's everyone for this room, I'm going to describe a scene now.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, Ren, do you want to move yourself in?
Or
are you staying there?
I'm staying where near Jaden.
Okay, cool.
I was trying to move.
Okay.
Yeah. So I stay at the edge of the room, in and out of the door.
As you sit at the end of the child's bed, you watch as she stirs restlessly, tossing and turning for a good half hour before she finally drifts off into the deeper realms of sleep. There she stays, quiet and peaceful for almost 20 minutes, before you begin to notice a sheen of sweat forming on her forehead and cheeks. Her mouth opens and forms words on her lips, but no sounds emerge. The curtains in the room flutter in the breeze. Her discomfort growing now, you hear faint, small whimpers escape her mouth. Still asleep, she raises her hands in a defensive gesture and turns her head away, mouthing the words no over and over again. To this point that you notice the temperature in the room has plummeted. You can see your breath in the air and shivers run up and down your spine as you feel a growing sense of dread. And then you hear a long sigh. And Gabby seems to relax. A little. Scales. You're the first to feel it. A chilling sensation of something running a freezing cold hand down the side of your face. You flinch away and the feeling passes. Lamud, you feel your heart beating heavy and loud in your chest. Beads of cold sweat run from your armpits down the sides of your body as you think back to when you were a child, eavesdropping from outside of the tribe's meat hall in the dead of night, listening to terrifying tales of witches and their dread familiars. Ren, for a second, you feel two cold hands settle on your shoulders. And as you spin around, there's nothing there. Unsettled, you turn your attention back towards the child, and as you do, you hear a long, wheezed breath in your right ear. Again, nothing there. Jaden, as you stand guard, You hear noises from outside the window. Moving to investigate, you see nothing but the dark of night and the swaying of the trees in the wind. But now that you're closer to the window, you can make out the sounds clearly. It is the whispering of many voices. Some old, some young, some with accents you've never heard, but all saying the same thing. Witness! Witness, 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 witness! Disturbed, you close the curtain and return to your post, but those words conjure an image of a place far away with a great hall and a very certain fireplace. Everyone turning your attention back to the child, you can hear her distress is elevated again. Sweat pours off her brow. She turns this way and that, her feet pushing the heavy blankets to the end of the bed. You can see now she's visibly fighting something that just is not there. Her back arches and she swings a hand, seemingly to no avail. Then her eyes shoot open, bloodshot and terrified. She sits bolt upright and looks at you all horrified and lets out an ear-piercing shriek and points to the window. Ah! She looks at Jaden and goes, "She took me to her house. She dragged me by the hair. There were men in the corn. There were men in the corn." And that's where we're going to take our break.
Okay.
Screw you,
Fucker.
In the corn.
Oh, that was bad.
I just need to go change my pants. I'll be honest with you.
Thanks very much, guys. We
I
will
think
see
we
you
all do.
guys. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Welcome back. Hope everyone's changed their underpants and are ready to go for another while with us. Just going to give you another heads up about the Mag of Holding. Mag of Holding is back, this time with Breath of the Feywild. 100+ page book will feature adventures such as The Witch in the Willows. How familiar does that sound? Where you try to free a Fey domain from the icy clutches of winter, or Dancing Star featuring a dancing leprechaun. But why was he cursed to dance? Maybe he's Michael Flatley, who knows? On top of that, we feature a new bard subclass, the College of Two Courts, themed around Seelie and Unseelie courts of the Feywilds, as well as a pair of twin halfling NPCs based off this new subclass. We also have a menagerie of mystical creatures in this month's issue that we like to call Fey Familiars. These low sewer creatures can be used as familiars, or make a fearsome pack to chase down a low-level party. How evil is that? But be warned, they may be just too cute to kill. Finally, to put a cherry on top, we have an article giving you a walk through the literary inspirations of the worlds of the fairies, from the King of Elfland to Stardust and everything in between. So dare you enter the whimsical wilds that are the Fae? It's up to you, but I hope you do, because Mag of Holding is awesome. And we're back.
I cast Mage Armor.
You cast Mage Armor.
Yeah.
Gabby's sitting up, pointing at the window, and her eyes are bloodshot, and she's like... And her nightdress is soaked with sweat. The bedclothes are just down the end of the bed. Autumn and Valera run in. What happened?
Which
There's
window
something
is
here.
she pointing at?
Gabby, are you okay? Sorry, Limud?
Which window is she pointing at?
The one that Jaden's at. Gabby,
I still have to- do I still have the curtains closed?
that's up to you, Jaden. Do you still have the curtains closed?
I'm gonna open them. Yeah,
Okay,
just
you open
kinda
them.
that half open.
Okay, as you open them, they part for a second. You see kind of a branch of a tree just kind of scrape past.
Yeah, and he's got
as
it.
the wind has gotten heavier.
Mhm.
Other than that, there's nothing there.
Yeah, he's gonna jump just that little bit and that half jump back.
Yeah.
But it's
As you do the half jump back, you hear a very, very faint witness.
Do we hear that too, or is it just him?
It's you. Oh, you're far too far away. Jaden barely caught it.
Would the mother catch it, considering she's close enough or no?
She doesn't seem to react to it.
So the kid did shout out about creepy men in the cornfield, or men in the cornfield.
The men of the corn. The men of the corn.
Men in the corn. So Scales is gonna be holding his morning star, like a brandishing it, to protect him and the girl too, I suppose.
Yeah.
But also it's like we have to kill the scarecrow thing. It's the man in
What?
the corn.
What?
Man in the corn.
The man in the corn.
No.
No, it said the man in the corn. Scales is right. I heard the voice.
Men.
The men. No. No, our scarecrow is it's there to help, and it's.
You might be asking, what is the scarecrow? Like, it's magic.
It's a thing. So what we did was we built like a sort of a vaguely humanoid shape out of sticks and old clothes and put a hat on it, and we move it from part to part of the crops in order to fool the birds into thinking that there's a humanoid there, and they generally don't land and peck out our crops.
There's magic. I detected magic coming from the scarecrow.
Oh yes, it moves itself now and again. It moves from point to point.
It's a golem of sorts.
Every 24 hours. No,
And
not
now
quite.
it's in the
not
corn.
that powerful.
And the child said about men in the corn. It makes sense.
Very well. Would you like to come out and destroy it?
And if Scales, if you're
if it
100%,
if it makes you feel better, we can build another one in 2 weeks.
Ren is, Scales is going to nod at Ren and go, it was really creepy. It had eyes that followed you.
Yeah, no. Ren's going to walk to the door.
Okay.
And first of all, he's going to knock on it. Robert, Finar, do you guys see anything out there?
Did we see anything move or anything weird outside?
You guys saw nothing.
Guys, stay in the room. Protect the kid. And Ren's going to take a step out the door. Firebolt charged in his hand, and he's going to lash it at the scarecrow.
Finar's just like, what's going on?
Something in the corn. The scarecrow's in the corn. And Ren's flick a firebolt at it.
We have to kill the evil scarecrow.
Okay. So they go out with you. And they're like, I'm very certain this is not necessary, but if it makes you feel better.
It's for your daughter's safety. That's why we're doing this.
You're firebolting it. Oh, that's a hit. 7 points of damage. It goes up in flames.
Oh shit! No. No. And then immediately control flames and extinguish it just to see the damage.
Control flames, the cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So it goes destroyed. The little hat just goes.
Yeah, just so none of the crops
flies up into the air, and the wind catches it, and the hat blows away. There is no more scarecrow there. And they turn to you. They're not cheap, you know.
I understand. I do understand, but you were asleep, so I guess you didn't hear it.
The materials cost us 10 gold.
We'll compensate you.
Now.
Ren is increasingly being in debt. It's like he's a student.
You're racking up a tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, Scales can cover this. Scales' idea.
Scales will quite happily pull out and be pulling the coins that he has from various pockets until he has his 10 gold coins, and he is gonna hold them out because fine.
They take them and go, I won't charge you for labor, but thank you.
Okay, yes, another firebolt. I have nothing else that doesn't cost spell slots that can do damage physically.
Lamud.
I just noticed my mic wasn't working.
Sorry. 1 second, Lamud. Sorry. Did you want to say anything, Robert?
No, I just said Robert would take out 10 gold to pay the person.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Like I said, my mic wasn't working. So
let's move to Lamud. Gabby sort of...
Sorry, Dave. As everyone is rushing out of the room, Lamud would have just laid down his spear next to him and kind of, gone down on his knees so that he's kind of at eye level with Gabby and just say, Gabby, are you all right?
No. I saw.
Can you see her? Can you see her now?
No, she's gone now. She took me to her house. Took me through the forest. I know the way. I can show you.
Wait, can you tell me?
I can tell you. It's a long way. I felt like I wasn't asleep alone, but it felt like it was a very long journey at the same time. She dragged me through a forest and then through another forest that was evil. It's like the forest went bad. And then it was
Did it
like,
look like it was dying?
it looked like it was dying, but coming back to life, but not alive, like evil. And then we got through that, and then, hold on, I remember. As the forest went evil, one of the trees reached out, tried to grab me. It didn't get me though. She waved it back, and it retreated back into the forest. It was alive. That was a moving tree. And then, as the forest got more sick, so overgrown, I thought it was going to swallow us up. Then, like, it became like a maze. I can't remember the way she brought us through, but I smelled something rotten and hungry. It was looking for us. Even the witch was afraid of it. And then we saw the men in the corn. Their arms reached out for us. One of them caught a lock of my hair. And you can see there's a very visible clump of her hair missing. Tried to grab me. The witch waved it back.
Fighting Freddy Krueger.
And then we got inside the house. And she said to me, if I ever come here in real life, she said, the key's in the plant room. The key is in the plant room. So when she said, oh, the key is in the plant room. The key is in the plant room. I don't know what plant room is. And then I woke up. And all of you were here. I think you saved me.
Thanks for the follow, Waldor Jebediah Sakra, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
Cheers, thank you very much. And she sort of goes to give you a hug, but she's kind of a little bit frightened of your race and your demeanor, and the various kind of exotic smells that sort of emanate from a druid. And she just gives in, and she gives you a hug, and she just begins to sort of cry heavily, and you can feel her body racking with tears, and as the emotion, the whole thing just kind of leaves her, and she stays like that for about 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, returning the hug, not letting go, just constantly whispering to her that everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And then just, kind of glance over at Jade and just trying to motion with the head to just keep an eye around the room as much as possible.
And while that's going on, can Brent gather Finar and Robert and start heading around towards the window?
Certainly can, yeah.
Okay.
Move around if you wish.
Yeah, so he's just going to grab both of them on the shoulder and there was voices coming into the room. I can't tell if it was something outside or not.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool.
I'm going to start heading towards the trees there. Ren is going to keep, I suppose, an aura of magic in his hand. He has mind sliver ready, so he's going to throw it at the first thing he sees. That's
no problem.
Hostile.
Okay, so you make your way up to this window here.
Yeah, that one.
Or that one.
I was heading towards the kids' room.
Okay, cool. Jaden, you're moving aside. Don't need to roleplay the comedic silliness of this, because as funny as it would be, it's a bit of a waste of time. So the guys make their way up, and you can see you've left the curtains open. They're sort of sussing the area out outside. You guys don't see anything here. Whatever
Great
came,
tracks.
no track. Well, actually, roll a survival check. But even I've given it away. But anyway,
There's no tracks.
There's no tracks whatsoever. None. And this seems to be it. Whatever happened here happened, and even the weather has changed. The wind has died down. It's not as cold around the house. It's definitely not as cold inside the house. The fire has picked back up again. The vibe.
Scales
the-
standing
So-
beside the parents is going to say, just as he's kind of watching the others go and he's kind of trying to smile reassuringly at them, he's like, I wonder, did the cows see anything?
That's a good question.
I mean, I can.
We'll
they
have gone
they
back
turn
into
to
the
you
house, I
and
assume.
openly kind of go, yes, I wonder. And they walk back inside.
Did anyone else pick up a bad vibe from the parents?
I think they're just very annoyed by us.
Oh, yeah,
Especially-
understand.
They're very
Yeah.
annoyed. Like, I mean, yeah. Anyone who wants to roll insight,
Yeah.
please do.
Just to
Sure.
see
Yeah.
if there's something they're not telling us, kind of thing. I
Oh,
don't think they're
yeah.
like in on it, but like they've been here the whole time it's happening. So,
13 for the mud,
nine.
9 for Ren, as always.
Yeah. 9.
10 for Scales.
Anyone else? 10 for Scales. Yeah, okay. Lamud, look. As far as they're concerned, they live in the country. It gets cold sometimes. It gets, you know, you can see your breath in the air 1 hour and then the next. Sometimes it feels oppressively warm. It's, you know, these are things that come with living on a farm. Children have nightmares. Children obsess over things for, you know, prolonged periods of time. And you sort of get the vibe from these parents, Valera and Autumn. While they care deeply for Gabby, they're just exhausted with these nightmares and whatnot. You know, it just seems they're like she's heard a ghost story and she's latched onto it and she's obsessed with it. And that's with the 13. That's what you get from them. And they just wish that she'd fucking let it go.
Yeah, it's parents being parents.
Yeah, but when she
How
goes
are
to
they-
school, the other kids start talking about the card witch, and it's like, you know, once someone says something, then, you know, it continues on. It's a vicious circle of this thing that keeps your child awake, and in turn keeps them awake.
Then how are they going to explain the missing clump of hair, though?
Explain what?
Gabby's missing a clump of hair, right?
I mean,
Well,
said-
what if,
We don't know that,
What
but
if-
this is out again. Like, Ren and the Mud have noticed that, right?
well, the
Not Ren, not
noticed
the
that.
Mud. Sorry, I meant the Mud and Jade. Sorry.
honest,
It's not like a massive bald spot, but there is a small
Yeah.
small clump of hair.
whatever this thing is, I can tell you it's powerful.
Are you speaking to the parents?
No,
Okay, yeah.
specifically to Ren.
Yeah. I don't want to make assumptions and be wrong. but-
Everyone is saying I blame Rem.
Yeah, probably.
I blame Ren.
I believe it.
Yeah, did you guys not notice Ren's backstory coming back to haunt him clearly? No. No,
Definitely Ren's backstory coming back to
It's-
haunt him.
Mhm.
it's definitely not
Robert.
Ren's.
Robert Fernard, did you see anything outside?
Mm-mm. No, it got a little windy.
Robert
Be
and Fnar, like, yeah, I mean, nothing really. Slight drop in temperature as you were sort of whispering to each other, maybe a little bit of your breath in the air that wasn't there. And that was a very localized incident and a very localized occurrence for maybe 10 minutes, 20
I
minutes.
do want to add that Robert is also a human and cannot see in the dark.
Okay. Yeah, but you would have sort of,
Disadvantage.
yeah, no, but you would have noticed it yourself, you know. Anytime you
It's a
see your
full
breath.
moon.
Yeah.
It is a full moon.
Anytime
right?
you see your own breath in the air, you kind of, you know, no matter what age you are, you slightly obsess over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone
So
does.
everyone would have done that.
Was tonight the night that's the full moon?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can actually see pretty well considering it's a full moon and
Yeah.
medieval times.
Scales, you're over by the cows.
Just get
Scales
off
is
the cows.
looking at the cows and he's like, did you guys see anything?
One of them comes over and goes,
The Mud. Maybe you should speak to the animals again.
I mean, I can.
I feel like this is over. I think this might be over tonight for tonight, and I think the fact that we were here may have stopped something much worse from happening.
I'd say we need to at least spend the rest of the night.
Oh, I'm not leaving. Not tonight, anyways.
Okay, cool. So your plan is to set the rest of the night here. Do you want to try and set? It's not that late into the night. It happened pretty early, so you could probably set a watch and get a long rest in if you want.
You guys be
I
up for
think
that?
that might work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be happy to
I'll take the first watch.
watch.
Or the mud.
Okay, so tell me where you're going to go in the house, and tell me what kind of watch order you're going to take.
I'll go after the mud.
I think Fenari can just take the whole watch, considering he took a nap earlier.
Very true. You took a nap. It was a very good nap.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
So
Cool.
I'll take the first watch in.
So Fenari's going to. So the parents are going to go back to bed. You guys can sleep wherever you want. And Fenari is going to take the watch. I'm going to need you to roll 4d20 for me, please, Fenari.
So say again?
Please roll 4d20 for me.
4d20s.
That's how many hags we face.
No, how many?
No, it's how many covens.
I was about to say the exact same.
Well,
I love you, John.
I'll have Ren just blow his own head up with a fireball. No.
Who in chat is talking about werecows?
Yeah.
So would
Wooldor Jebediah
Wooldor.
Sockbat. Werecow. I like it. 10, 9, 16, 12. Okay, cool. So, Robert, you want to move yourself into where you're going to sleep tonight?
I enter the house, feeling like an intruder.
Yeah, technically.
But everyone is pretty much asleep at this stage.
Still,
So you're probably the only one awake.
I'll probably crash.
And it feels kind of wrong. Okay, you're going to crash in the couch. Cool.
It's like when you're the first one awake after like crashing out friends and then
Pretty
after
much,
a night
yeah.
out.
You're like,
it's
do I
worst
turn the
feeling.
TV on? Do I make shit in the kitchen, or do I just pretend to be asleep until someone else wakes up?
The answer is you pretend to be asleep until someone else wakes
pretty
up.
much, yeah. Okay, cool. So, Fenar, okay, with that 16, you're there about 4 or 5 in the morning. The cows get a little bit unsettled. You can kind of hear their kind of hooves kind of scuttling around.
Like something is there, like scaring them off.
Give me survival or animal handling if you'd like to discern more.
Okay, let's see which one is much better. Both are equally, so
18. They're a little bit spooked.
yeah, 20, dirty 20.
30, 20. They're a little bit spooked.
Okay,
Get us if you're suspicious of something or not.
one thing of me want to go check, but I don't want to leave the door. Can I see anything from this distance because of
Make a perception check.
getting all of my rolls out now?
Get your good look up. No, never mind.
There we go.
There's
Nope.
my bad rolls now.
No, they just seem to be a little bit upset. Apart from that, nothing else happens during the watch.
Okay. So if I can't see anything else, then I'll just stay there. Make sure nothing gets through the door.
No problem. Cool. Nothing else gets through the
Tells me
door.
the doors don't matter.
The sun rises to a brand new day. And now you feel hopeful. You've done a good job guarding the house. And yeah, it's been a good night. It's been a good night.
Oh no.
Is the kid still there?
You guys sort of stir to life as well. Quite early in the morning, actually, Autumn wakes up and goes out and sort of looks left and right. And she goes right outside her door and moves over here and sort of stirs the fire to life and goes and prepares some pork and a few bits and bobs, and she's got this kind of weird this grilling contraptions, like a kind of like two large metal grills that sort of act like a big massive tongs. She puts a lot of meat on them and just like puts it into the fire, and she's kind of a little bit weird, but she's just standing there going, "Fuck yeah!" Oh, that's
Bacon.
pretty much. And so she's there, and then she looks around. She's like, "Morning, morning, morning."
I wake up
Yes.
because of the...
Morning. Anyone care for some pork? I have plenty of it.
I don't want to overstay our welcome if you're okay with it. I mean, I won't project your hospitality.
Gabby runs out, and she runs to the front door, and she goes out the door, and she goes, "Oh, it's you. Did she come back?"
Did she?
Did she come back?
Come back? Did she visit you?
The witch was here last night. She visited me in my dreams.
It's gone creepy now.
She pulled me by the hair all the way to her house. There were men in the corn. It was terrible. It seems less scary now because it's so long ago. But last night it was terrifying.
Oh. Okay, which direction, maybe?
She went out to the east, that way, and then the north, up past the house, and then out there.
Do we know of anything in the area that would be in that direction?
The forest next to the massive forest that can take weeks to travel through.
Is there anything in the forest that we just know from geography-wise that stands out of the ordinary?
No. So if you want to, hold on, I'll drag you back to the loadings. Now, where's the map? Is gone from the. Is the map gone from the loading screen? No, it's
I
not.
have a copy of the map here.
Give me 1 second now. I will drag you back to the loading screen now.
We have a copy of the map.
I've been looking at the map. I've got a sneaking suspicion of where it is.
Yeah. So if you look at the map there, Templetown. So it's probably in towards the east and then up towards the west.
Towards the east.
So about that far. Now I'm not, I'm just giving you a sort of it's well into the depths of the forest.
It's not that singular random tree out on its own.
No, it's not. That's just Kate from It's a Map's artistic flair.
Yeah.
So if you want to look at the main map, each square is a day's travel.
Yeah.
Does
the kid know how many days they were?
It's a big. You see, this is the thing. It's like she's described it so abstractly that if you've ever had that dream where you're in a place and then you're in a different place and then you're in a different place. Yeah. You were there, but you weren't you. You were someone else, but I knew it was you. Yeah. It was one of those dreams.
Yeah. Lamud, so, you said you have a sneaking suspicion. Care to share?
I need to, honestly, I'm out of game. I need to go over my notes with the map just to make 100% sure I'm not confusing myself, but I've got...
The temple's not in that direction, is it?
No, the
temple is to the west, up in the mountains. Sorry, Lamud, what do you need?
No, I said I need to sit with my notes and actually go over it with the map.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to use his DM skills to detect what you're doing.
No worries. So what's your plan now for the next morning?
Well, okay, but Fanar will just like wonder if it's... She couldn't say how long because with a dream you can't say how long you've been traveling. But he will just go to the rest of the party and just like...
As you go in, you hear a terrified scream from the east of the little farmlet or whatever you want to call it. Gabby screaming her head off. Terrified.
Running out.
Run out the door. Sprinting.
Running out. Yeah.
With Fanar speed as well. He's also
okay. As you make it here, Gabby is standing here, right at the edge of the map, and here you can see why all the cows now are like clustered over here. And there was a bit of unrest. What you can see here is that a new scarecrow has been built with sticks and entrails from a cow or from a calf, and body parts and things. So what it looks like is every single part of the cow that was on the inside is now on the outside, and they've sort of made this. Well, whatever created this has made this sort of sick and twisted, almost anthropomorphic kind of animal human.
Scare cow man.
Exactly. That's the best way I can put it. And not necessarily a workout. It's just a glistening, dripping, stinking mock-up of a scarecrow made with the insides of a young cow.
Would it be safe to assume, that this is the cow that's coming? Yeah.
Calf, yeah.
Gabby's like crying her eyes out there. She's reduced.
Bear Pigman.
What's that?
You know the thing from fucking South Park?
No.
Oh. I can't remember what it's called.
Anyway, moving on. So yeah, Gabby's down on the ground and she's crying her eyes out there.
Scales is going to attempt to comfort her and be like,
okay. First off, before anyone goes anywhere, you all got your long rest. Everyone did a long rest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay, cool.
He's just asking before he throws us into combat to kill us. Sorry, what?
Yeah, so Gabby's it.
My favorite
cow. It was my favorite cow. I hadn't given him a name or anything, but it was my favorite cow. I don't know what I was gonna call him, but I love that little cow. Where is he now? What?
No, I'm asking just in Elgar. Have the parents come out of the house?
They're on their way.
Investigate. Okay.
They're on their way.
Bring her back in. She doesn't need to see this.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you move her. Oh shit, I'm moving everyone. Hold on 1 second. I forgot I have that control.
As all of that is happening, as all of that's happening, I'm just going to. Where was it? I am going to pull out a sprig of mistletoe out of my bag and place it between my hands and cup my hands over it and just whisper Baj, and 10 good berries are going to form.
Okay.
Nice.
Probably too late for the calf, but whatever else you want to do with it.
No. I'm getting very worried now, and we need a backup plan.
Okay, excellent.
To be passing it out, so that'll be 2 for Fanar, 2 for Scales, 2 for Robert, 2 for Ren.
2 for everyone, is it?
That's up to 10 now.
What's that? Sorry.
So
You can see Jaden standing there going like,
did I miss Jaden?
dude,
Sorry.
what?
So let's just quickly do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so everyone gets 2. And I'll just tell everyone that, listen, this is emergency use only. If you're feeling down, just eat 1.
So for the second time, Scales had the thing almost in his mouth when someone said, "No, don't eat it now. You have to say it when you eat it." He's like,
It's like,
"What is it with food?"
No, okay, cool.
Now I start ritually casting detect magic again.
Ritually casting detect magic. Okay.
Sorry. So did I get some or not?
Easy that you got
Okay.
2.
Yeah. All right,
What's
that's
good berry do again?
It's 1 HP.
No. So it's if you're like about to die.
Yes, so if you're about to die, or if someone next to you died.
Ram it down their fucking throat, hold their nose, and put your hand over the mouth, and then yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. So
it might be a bit late, but as we were approaching, Robert got excited for a second because he thought it looked kind of like something that he could draw, but then it was like, oh.
I mean, you can definitely draw it if you want. It's worthy of a sketch.
I mean, it's hideous, but I mean,
yeah,
it's cool though.
It's art.
It's very detailed, and it's like a lot of thought and work went into it. So, I mean, it's not just like a kind of a rough like entrails have been like they're like sticks have been sort of inserted in, and entrails have been wrapped around the sticks to sort of simulate a kind of a haircut, like a perm. Like there's a lot of detail gone in here.
I mean, Robert appreciates the artistic expression. It's just it's not a medium that he works in or is in.
Okay. Yet. Okay, no problem.
Still away from the house and away from the parents. Like Scales is going to be like, who was on guard last night? Like, did the parents go out? Did they build another scarecrow?
No.
Nobody went out the house that I saw.
But this is why they were disturbed in the middle of the night.
Did another evil scarecrow?
I think so.
Do you want to build a scarecrow?
It doesn't have to be a scarecrow.
Okay, so
Come on, Scales. Let's go take that scarecrow down.
that aside, yeah. So you guys, if you want to take it down, you can take it down. What is your plan now? Like Valera and Autumn are they're freaked out by it. That you know they you can see that they move over to sort of dismantle it themselves. But if you guys are going to do that for them, then like that's grand.
Before
But they sort of hoosh Gabby back inside, and you can hear them going, "There's no school for you today. There's no school for you today, Gabby. We're staying at home. It's going to be a play day today." And
I mean, as we're dismantling it, I'm kind of talking to Lamud and the others around me. I'm like, I don't have a clue what's happening, but clearly something's happening here, and it's bad, and it's about the scarecrows, maybe. Or maybe it's not about scarecrows, but it's bad and it's here.
It's definitely something coming from the woods.
Robert's
It
gonna.
was, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. As far as we can tell, it's not anymore. I'm still as they're doing that. I'm still casting the detect magic. I'm just like looking up, and I would have moved over to the scarecrow, but I'm participating. Half concentrate, half in and out of the conversation.
at this point, you hear, "Gabby, come back!" And Gabby does an absolute billier over to the mud, and she kind of slaps you in the side of your neck, jumps up and slaps you in the side of your neck, and hands you like this piece of parchment, and then runs away.
All right, I'll look at it.
It is a very crude. Now I haven't done up anything for your handouts, but it's a very, very crudely drawn child's map with crayon, and some rough landmarks. You can sort of determine the way that she thinks she was brought in her dream. And then, like at the very end of the map, there's this like kind of like rectangle drawn in kind of brown crayon, and it's colored in, and in black charcoal above it is just written "The Bad House."
Bad house. All right. Cool.
Are we going on a trip?
I think we are.
Maybe
I
not
think
yet.
sometime soon. We need to.
Before the next full moon.
Exactly.
Yes, we need
Probably.
to figure out what this ties into.
Well, now you know the way there. You don't necessarily need to wait for a full moon, but you can.
Yeah, but I mean,
There is no, like I say, in this campaign, there's no railroad, and you can go wherever you want.
That is time and music on this school. What we know, the carved witch doesn't show up until the full moon, so we have another month really to figure this out.
Well, you assume a full moon comes around every 30 days.
Oh well, yeah, actually. But how long?
Yeah.
Lunar cycle here and
Getting into the
24
detail.
days,
24 days,
26,
yeah.
24 days, yeah.
All right. So, I mean,
is there only one moon that gets full?
Yes.
single moon.
I don't want to say we have time, but I mean, let's call it breathing room.
Yeah.
We don't have to set off right now. So if there's
That is
I love it.
that is a strange that is assuming that the carved witch only comes on a full moon.
From everything we've heard, that's
Well, she only invades dreams in the full moon, apparently.
Mm,
Yeah.
So put it
So-
that way.
that's a technicality there.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But
So,
why
I
is she
mean-
attacking this town?
we
Is
don't
this
know.
Scales asking, or is this phone asking?
No, Scales is asking. Just in the midst of all the talk and the people chatting, just Scales is standing there, and then all of a sudden just blurts out, "But why this town?"
Maybe it's convenient.
Actually, can I? Ren would have probably been, considering he fled, he would have been in Somerton for a while. Was there any mention of something similar?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. To me, I get the feeling this creature may not necessarily be alive. That cold felt unnatural last night.
No.
It was definitely not of mundane nature. It's not just because the weather suddenly shifted. I'd say that with almost 100% certainty. I get the feeling maybe. Did anyone else feel like they were being touched by like some icy hands?
Yeah.
I would like to go to the cow thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touch my face.
Well, it's currently being dismantled, but yeah, whatever remains of it is certainly there.
I want to study the remains. Maybe there's some kind of message or clue.
Okay, no problem. Let's just. It's been fairly heavily interfered with, but if you want to make an Arcana check, go ahead.
Can I do investigation?
You certainly can. You can. What are you investigating for? Like a very obvious arrangement of entrails in a
maybe like a
series of bones made into an arrow.
Something that shouldn't be there. Like I know the whole thing.
Oh, I get you. Yeah. Cool.
Like,
okay. That's something I hadn't considered. 16.
Yeah.
So you're looking for something out of place, something that doesn't fit with sort of anything sort of bovine related that's been sort of rearranged into
symbols, maybe.
With a 16, yeah, you do. You find a clump of hair that was pulled out from Gabby. There's a clump of human hair.
Okay, I'll point that out to the rest of the group. This is not bovine hair. I don't know where this came from.
Yeah, it was woven into the scarecrow's hair. What would have been its hair.
Yeah, but I wasn't there to.
No, you weren't. No. But it definitely it sticks out. It sticks out.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm assuming I would definitely recognize.
You would, yeah. It's very apparent.
Fenor wants to check if there's any like blood trails, like see if the thing were dragged there or where it got slaughtered.
So it would have been dragged from.
Or say so.
Freehand. Here we go. Would have been dragged from around here out to here, and then there's sort of a little bit of that going on.
Huh?
Can you see that?
I just see a straight line. Well, it's a squiggly line.
And you can see a few dots.
They're just appearing now.
Meanwhile,
yeah, it looks like
forest.
It's up northeast, and like they're a survival check if you really want to sort of investigate that, in depth.
Yeah,
they're definitely bare feet, but the toes are impossibly long. And within 21, you can determine that there's like at least 5.
That's
I'm not going to say joints, but like areas. Joints. There's at least 5 joints on them. So we have 1, 2, 3. Like there, you can just see the indentation into the ground. It's creepy.
Considering that pleasant affair of the whole cow scarecrow thing, is there anything else in the area that is
Right place.
pleasant, like a cute little rabbit or anything nice to look at?
Yeah, there's some washing and on the line. The little girl's clothes are on the line, freshly cleaned and drying in the breeze. They haven't got any blood
Don't be
on them.
weird. Don't be looking at
Any
little girls' clothes.
flowers? Anything
Yeah, there's some
else?
there's some lovely flowers by the door here.
Cool. I'm just gonna go sit there and use it as eye bleach for a while.
No problem. Okay, cool.
So I'm assuming Fanara would have pointed out these tracks to us, and then
Yeah.
So
Can
we're
I
going to
make
walk
a-
over to the parents.
Can I make a
Small.
nature check to try and identify the tracks?
No, you can make an Arcana check if you want, because what you're tracking is not natural.
Cool.
It's moments like this when you,
but I will still try it.
Moments like this when you don't want the keen mind feat.
Yeah, 10. Again,
No, yeah.
as the tracks are pointed out to you, you see it's explained to you that, like, whatever toes this creature has, like I said, there are 5. So you can imagine 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually it's about 6, and it's looks like this thing has huge, many appendaged feet, and it's creepy as fuck because they're very clearly dug in, and they're sort of scrapings out. Whatever way this thing moves, its feet dig into the ground and push off and push off and push off.
Does it look like it was bipedal or like two-footed? Or
Yes, it's bipedal. Yeah.
Bipedal.
But
At
I
this
will
point-
just like turn around to Lumut and Scales that's around. Like, do we follow it or?
Whatever this thing is,
Interesting
it's an
note.
abomination.
Robert's gonna go back and he is going to draw one of the feet, like one
Scales
of the
is gonna-
imprints.
Okay, cool.
Scales is going to poke Lamud and ask, the map that the girl drew, does it go this way?
It does.
Sort of, yes.
He's also gonna take note of the stride of the creature. How
Yeah,
how big it is.
roll an investigation check for that then.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get onto my token. One sec.
Robert's good at it.
Investigation.
21. You would estimate this thing is about 7 feet tall. And travels with a hunch, carries a lot of weight in a certain disproportionate part of its torso, and there's a lot more weight in its right side, so it travels like that.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Okay.
So are we hunting?
Scales is
I'd
Scales
assume
is going
so.
to kind of shrug and like say, in answer to the question from before, should we follow it? It's like, well, it's a path in front of us. It makes as much sense to Scales as anything to go after it now.
I mean, this thing killed a cow. It traumatized a child. It's more than enough reason for me to go and try and find out why.
Are you guys going to go after it
Possibly,
right now?
I mean, I say we go some distance and see if it's there. If it's not there, we
Back
can
and then-
always reconsider.
Yeah, we could go before the trail goes cold or anything.
Yeah.
So
Sure
we're
is
not
that.
sure how far this thing got. So maybe we can catch up or.
Before we leave, however, Ren will go to the parents and he'll kind of explain the tracks. And from what he can tell, that
I'll go with you and I'll even
Yeah.
show them a picture of what the foot looks like.
yeah, and he'll try to explain that this is definitely this isn't just a kid's tale. This is not a nightmare, and he's gonna say it as dead seriously as he is. Like there's a clump of your daughter's hair entwined in that fucking scarecrow thing.
They pull her close.
She is in danger.
You can see them rooting through her hair and like, Gabby, what happened? And you can see they sort of kind of root through her hair and get to this point, and the realization of what you said sort of dawns on them, and they immediately they see you in a new light.
She is in
And
serious
they say-
danger.
and their breathing accelerates, and they're like, "What can we do?"
Well,
Ren, quick perception check again.
yep, no worries. I'm not good or bad at that. Give me 1 second. My fucking character, she hates me. It's a 5.
You see Valera walk back into the house.
Okay.
Jaden and Robert, because Autumn is in the way, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. 1
Yep.
second. Just gotta get into my sheet.
Jaden is a 5.
With disadvantage, you say?
Yeah.
Perception.
Oh no, he rolled
Okay.
an athletics.
Nobody notices anything untoward, except Valera walking in with a very purposeful stride.
Can I insight check that?
No.
Okay.
So, Autumn goes, right, let's stay here. We'll pay you to take it out. We'll pay you to defeat it. How much do you want?
I mean, he's going to look at Jaden and Robert, and he's like, "We're not really doing this for a reward. This is, I mean."
Okay, thank you. And she walks back inside. I'm only joking.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is. We want to make sure, like, we don't. If we were to do nothing now at this point, like, if something bad, if the worst happened, the blood's on our hands equally.
I believe in being compensated fairly for things you do. She appears to be a smith of talent, and as far as I'm aware, my friend Ren here has a particular object that he needs some help with, maybe.
What do you mean?
What is that?
The manticore wing?
Oh, yeah. He's gonna reach into his pack. Like, at this point, it's probably not the most pleasant looking.
No, it's badly folded and it's starting to smell.
Yeah, and he's gonna hold it out. He's like, it's
So
I'm not sure if there's any magical properties to a
Left?
manticore wing off the top of my head.
they're the words you're looking for. Left.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
But I know manticores. They're mythical creatures. There must be something that could be made out of this. Maybe that of use.
Kill the thing that's hunting my child and the children of this village.
Yeah.
And I will make you something from this that bears magic. Do we have a deal?
We have a deal. Brian's gonna
Go.
hold out his hand,
Spit in it.
shake on it. No, he's not gonna spit in it.
No.
Is she spitting it though?
No, she does. No. So she reaches out and shakes your hand, takes the manticore wing off you and goes inside, shuts the door, double bolts it, and goes, "Go now, as quick as you can."
Brian's gonna re-up his mage armor as they stuff.
Do you
Actually, no,
think
you
we
won't.
should get supplies in town? I mean, I don't really have money for supplies. I don't know about you.
Not much.
Same.
Do you want to go back to town, or do you want to move on?
I gave all my money to
I
Arthur.
think we should just go then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
Dave,
interesting.
Yeah.
This is a random ask, but having worked in a magic shop, would Ren have any of the materials on him to transcribe spells or no?
Yeah, you would, yeah.
Grand. So next time we get a chance, he's gonna try transcribe Mel's magic missile.
No
Not Mel's
problem.
magic missile, Mel's.
Acid arrow, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So, guys, you kind of make your way through the forest, and as you do so, you're following this very, very rough crayon path that has been drawn out for you by Gabby. And
Can I try to track the creature as well?
yeah, you
I
can, yeah.
help with it. I mean, I'm decent at survival.
Okay, yeah, you guys, one of you can roll survival with advantage.
What's your modifier?
1 second. I just need to get to my sheet.
It's a personal question.
Okay, my survival is +1.
Okay, I've got a +4.
+2.
I think we let Lamont take a lead.
+4, okay. So roll survival with advantage. This will determine how quickly you get to this area. It is a 16. Okay, no problem at all. So after a while, maybe one wrong turn, given that this map has been drawn in crayon, and there are some landmarks that have been drawn in on the map that are clearly sort of referenced and to find them you'd sort of need a child's perception. And with an adult's perception, they're sort of hard to recognize, but after a little bit of backtracking, you go, oh yeah, so that's the big hump, but it's smaller for us because we're bigger people. Okay, it's cool.
Scales help with that? Because
scales is your size. It's more down to size. So after a while, maybe about an hour or two, you make your way into the forest. And as you can see,
it is dark.
Quite dark. Is it black for you guys, or is it dark?
Yeah, it's black.
Black.
Well, let me change this. Dynamic lighting.
Yeah, my roll 20 is crashed as well. So
how's that now?
Still black for me. Where are we looking on the map so that I know?
You should be the bottom left, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to turn dynamic lighting off. Doesn't really matter. How's that?
All I see is blackness.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go back to...
Oh, I see a map now.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to... I'm going to back to... There we are. I'm going to try and drag all you guys into the one place, because your devils are moving around. Second up to 3, 4, 5. There's Robert. Copy. To map 1. Welcome.
As we were traveling, you said to make an Arcana check on that. Could Ren have tried to have a look at the tracks to see if you knew anything, or no? I don't want to be over.
Everyone can have a look at the tracks. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I'm making a
yeah, no problem.
I just don't want to be like, oh, someone checked it, but they failed, so I'll check.
No, I mean, you're gonna need. Zampia says, all I see is blackness. That's me on a fucking Monday morning. On the drive to work. No, nothing jumps out at you. But there,
I see things in the distance that I probably shouldn't see.
You guys, do you?
Yeah, there's 2 tokens.
Shit, I thought I'd fucking hit them, you bastards.
You're fine.
All I see is blackness.
Tree,
wait.
It's okay.
I drew, I done a dynamic lighting thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. As you guys move along through here, Graham, you following the trail up along here.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably walking in front.
Yeah, no problem. And you hear kind of a
Which
movement
direction?
of the limbs all around you. And as you move along, one of the trees uproots itself and moves towards you, as does another one. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.